Hello, hello, and welcome to GCS Running the Gauntlet Week 4. This is Nice Ego Edition. With me here, I have Hwasal and Ritty. Hwasal, I'll start with you first, the basic introduction. How did you get here? What do you like about GCS? Why do you hate Ritty?
Mm. Hi, my name is Hwasal. I came to GCS because Ritty told me to join after he played in it, I believe, last season. I could be wrong. And so far, I'm enjoying. Mm,
Hmm.
yeah, I haven't really thought about this part yet, I
Ooh.
think. Mm.
Oh, do we need to
I
cover
like the
Ritty?
customs. I like the custom environment. I like the in-houses. But yeah, that's been the most enjoyable part for GCS, I think, for me. And my team's also great.
Well, your team's not
And I
quite
hate
winning, so I guess that's part of the problem. But
Okay, well, it's okay. We went from 07 to 17. It's not the worst.
namesake,
I'm
Come
it's okay.
back. We
yeah,
come back.
namesake. We had to hit 07 for the memes. Surely.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate Ritty because he's bad at the
Here
game.
we go.
Yeah,
Rage bait.
rage bait.
So, same thing to you, Ritty? Whatever you got.
Yeah.
Yeah?
My name is Ritty, and I hate Luyten.
Big. With that, we'll start with GCX Week 4. Here's your standings. Nothing too crazy compared to last week, but uh, first game of the week, Hwasal's Goats finally getting a win. Love to see it.
Yay.
It's not a coincidence Hwasal was not in this game though.
Okay, well, we didn't have to say it like that. But yeah,
What are your thoughts on this
I
game?
think this game, yeah, I mean, I think this game was pretty clean for the most part. Obviously, I think the most even matchup that was had this game was probably mid lane between Eureka and Pyrosis. And uh, I'm not entirely sure how the draft went since we don't have it, but Acel Aurelia is like a bottom one matchup of all time. Like especially like levels 6 through 8, it's so rough. So I'm surprised that he managed to make it out of laning phase mostly unscathed. We did see that 1v2 that Pyrosis did on him and Super Chicken, which put him in a 3-0 position, and it looks pretty dangerous for a second, but they made it past like the 15-minute mark, and then things were pretty much smooth sailing from there. Oh,
Uh,
what else was there?
I
Oh
mean,
yeah, the Kaisa build, right? Like the damage spread, I think. That
oh,
one was also
um,
yeah.
yeah, it was really AP heavy, and they rush Manamune into AP, I believe.
I think so, yeah. I believe we were talking about that when we were looking at the games earlier. But obviously, like with Kaisa going like a AP centered build, like it makes Irelia the solo AD on the team.
Oh,
So
he went this build. Okay.
yeah, that's why we were talking about it earlier, because I remember there's that one AP build with
Oh,
Shivan Essence Reaver, but
I mean,
that's
you
not
just
what.
have like absolutely zero wave clear, and you're just gonna be stuck under tower at least early game.
Pretty
But
much.
I
Yeah.
mean,
So
that's I'm assuming that's why people go shit. But okay. Damn.
def-
Okay.
definitely interesting for sure. Wasn't a build that I was expecting to see at all, but I think it definitely did fuck the damage spread of the team that's subtly inting like originally drafted, right? Since they wanted Kai'Sa to probably be 80 damage with Aurelia, and they have Zach who rush Rocket Belt and Malphite as well as like semi AP damage pretty much. So that probably played a big part in the reason as to why they lost.
oh. To be fair, I don't know how much damage spread really mattered in this game. Not this being a very
I don't know how
tanky.
much it mattered either, but it does make like the Mordekaiser's job a lot easier, right? Since all he has to do
Yeah.
is ulti the Aurelia and the fight is pretty much won. Every single team fight that they do. So yeah, that's about it though. I don't really have any other thoughts. Do you guys
Another
have any
game
other?
of Super Chicken Kazakhs.
Yeah, Super Chicken Kazakhs. This guy keeps playing Kazakhs and keeps getting away with it. I really don't know how. Well, I guess I do know how. He plays Kazakhs and then we haven't won a series, so maybe that's why.
Oh,
That's probably how he gets away with it. It's not on Super Chicken though. I swear this guy hasn't played bad yet. So
rage bait.
hey, rage bait.
Um, I did not get the KDs from this game, but like, I mean, That's fine.
Hmm.
Or the
I
series, I
mean,
should say. This one was just
their jungler dropped a
draft.
nuke.
Yeah, it was.
Wrangler did drop a nuke. Caitlyn also fell behind, but and in that, I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, Luyten, but isn't Kate Sivert pretty Sivert favored, like in isolation? Right?
Yeah, I think so. Like when
Yeah,
Kate
that's
wants to
the
shove into a tower promo and try to hit tower, but Kate's just
yeah
gonna
Sivert
or
wave clear,
Siver's gonna
right?
clear the wave.
And spell
Healing too
shield as
much.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that in and of itself was a bad start, and then Kate did fall behind ball lane early game and laning phase. I don't remember what
I mean,
he and
I
I
think they
mean,
had a really good like level 2 trade and whatnot, and then I think Rengar ganked them pretty
yeah,
early.
it looks like.
yeah,
I mean, I see Blue Lava Lamp going 111 and 1 on Vel'Koz. So I'm assuming that's where
the
the
Rengar.
Rengar like
Yeah, well,
because
I
like
also do think Blue did outdraft.
I will
In my
say like if I see this comp, like I don't know how Rengar is supposed to like play the game unless like Lux sets up for bot lane. And I guess they just punished bot on repeat and Skarner didn't want to hover bot lane or something. I don't know. But I
I
think
mean,
go ahead.
thing. I think it's pretty easy for Rengar to approach from different
Well,
angles.
the thing is, like, I feel like at least like in this comp, like their team wants to play 4-1, and then Rengar
That's
has
true.
to Rengar playing into Valves is kind of like okay, it's whatever. But
Yeah.
you do have Pokemon from Pyrosis and Deluxe, and then just like, I mean, again, maybe I'm like looking at it too in depth, but
I
either
don't.
way, like
Mm,
Rengar did get like
maybe.
a bunch of kills from Blue Lava Lamp, I'm assuming, and the Caitlyn, and just probably punished them forever pushing up.
From
Yeah.
memory, that sounds
Just fair
correct.
warning, I did not watch this game, so it's all you guys.
Nice ego,
I
buddy.
mean, yeah. I remember it being around the same, right? Like they did get a good level 2 trade, but Sivert did take TP instead of barrier in this lane.
Oh
So
yeah,
after level 2 trade, yeah, Sivert TP back with full HP, and the pressure that they did put out was pretty much gone, and the Rengar was pathing bot side, so Rengar ganked out. I don't remember exactly what timer. I think it was just 3:30
yeah.
game
It was pretty
timer,
standard.
but yeah, it was pretty standard. And then I don't remember if they died right away or if they lost sums, but it was either or, and then bot lane gradually fell behind, and then Rengar ganked again, and then it's pretty much the nail in the coffin. I remember Kaylin dying between tier 1 and tier 2 turret because she walked up into
Oh
a bush
yeah.
and it got jumped by Rengar, and then she missed the Q and the net, which is pretty unfortunate.
Still got the kill, but burning both suns
Still did
was
get the kill,
too
yeah,
too
but she
big.
did die for it. She loses all the XP that was like under the turret, right? So
Yeah. I mean, they didn't even get close to tier 1. It was all under that tier
yeah,
2.
yeah.
So, um,
Definitely a rough game.
yeah, I
Super
would
Chicken
say
not on Kha'Zix this time either. Maybe it's a sign.
maybe it's a sign. But, you know, it isn't either. Oh, I forgot this was the last. I thought this was a win. I forgot this is the 07. Spoilers for, the win on Sunday. But, I mean,
So 7 power spike.
average misfortune loss, honestly. Um, trying to remember this game. I think this was just a Jackson Silas pop off.
Masterclass. Nope, it was kind of looking like it just a Jax pop off.
Yeah. Um,
Okay, and then Blue Lava Lamp back on main role, mid lane, or is he top laner?
oh yeah, and they put Gilly back in. Gilly died like insta level 1. I think it was 0-3 by 6 minutes.
Oh yeah, Rurika couldn't play the game.
Yeah.
Hwasal said this. I don't know if you want
Yeah.
to leak too much, but
So Ririka, well, I mean, most people know, I think, but
I mean it's up to you if you want to make it public knowledge.
I mean, we always ask for reschedule anyway. But yeah, I mean, like Ryuka has seal, so like he has to leave. Like if the game doesn't end in 3 games, he has to leave since he has stable matches to do. So Ryuka wasn't here for the third game, so obviously we had to put vowels on. I say we, but like it's not like I was there for the process. My team had to put vowels on mid lane and then blue level left top, and then we had to put in Gilly for support, which I do think is probably the best role choices that we could have made, right? I don't see any other like good alternative.
I mean, I think Blue Lava Lamp could have played mid. I thought he played some mid. Not that Vowels did bad necessarily, but
Vowels did fine. think he got cooked level 2 on level up timer, but I think anybody
Can we
gets cooked on
also
that.
can we also please talk about the Vayne build? Like,
Oh, is this the Vayne
Oh,
build
yo,
again?
yo.
yeah, this,
Nah, this okay, the Vayne build was crazy. Nah, I don't even know what the Vayne was thinking. Nah, I'm sorry.
Yuntal,
Yuntal
Rageblade.
Rageblade, Mortal Reminder.
And they had something else when they were building the Mortal, yeah?
it
That was
They
Vamp
had
Scepter?
a Vamp Scepter while they were building Mortal Reminder. They finished the Mortal Reminder and they sat on the Vamp Scepter in the end of the game. It's actually crazy. It's actually
Hey.
crazy.
100% win rate.
Gotta win.
Can't complain.
Still better. I mean, that build on Vayne is still better than Misfortune, I think. So, you know. This champ is useful for sure.
Holy.
Yeah, I thought I remember this game more than I did, but it's just unlucky. I don't know. You have any closing thoughts on that series, Hwasal, as a fellow team member?
I mean, we put up a good fight. It wasn't bad.
I believe this is the first
I don't know.
series with TG Boom, and
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
improvement.
I think Boom being on the team, unlike his name, does the opposite of booming our team. I think he's kind of saves our team, actually. For the most part, like I think he's a good shot caller from what I've heard. He's a very good ADC, clearly. Probably top 5 ADC, right? In this league. Somewhere around there. I would say.
I don't have the list up. He's top 10 for sure. Top 5.
Top 10 for sure. Top 5 debatably, if I had to guess. I don't have the list on me either, so I'm just kind of basing off the memory.
Yeah, I can't think of names off the top. Probably, I think top 5 is justified. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Big upgrade for you guys. And
Yeah.
So you got him for sure. Do you have another new player?
Nick
as well?
Fischel. Yeah, and then we got Quick for Seridud.
Quick, the phone number guy had.
Yeah. What is that? The suicide helpline, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. But sorry, Quick, if I don't remember. I think you mentioned it at one point, but I forgot. My bad.
He's just Quick. It's okay. But I think
yeah.
That might be a big part of the possible turnaround for you guys. So
I do think if you had Rika, I think you win game 3 because that was just a heinous game to watch.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to discredit SI, but obviously, like, I don't think they played that good compared to the game before where they won, right? Like, I think game 2 they played infinitely better than they did game 3. Also, that Bane build is heinous.
I mean, again, I think it actually came down to draft cap.
Yeah, me too. I mean, at a certain point, it doesn't matter how bad the Vayne builds, right? Like, she does damage. Also, it's really hard for Misfortune to carry this game, and Boom is pretty much the only carried player that we had on the team.
They did have, I think they had like 2 or 3 fights where you see that gold lead there that were pretty good, honestly. But
yeah, they were good. I mean, the stars kind of aligned, right? But
game.
Yeah. I think the other big component to look at is like Viego can never actually engage on the Jax, right? And it's really hard for him to get resets on anybody else. Ornn's really tanky. Rel, I guess you can get a reset onto Rel, like if she kind of gets cooked insta, but not hard for her to get cooked insta. Yeah.
When he's low.
Yeah, Silas is gonna be healing like crazy when he's low. Vayne is for Viego pretty uncatchable for the most part, right? So it's really hard for Viego to get resets unless he's set up by the team, and I mean, as you can see by the damage charts, not really ideal.
Yeah, players not in their best roles and makes draft hard, definitely.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Suboptimal, I would say.
Yeah. Oh well, NT on the series though.
So next series, I did have some KPs apparently. Yeah, that's a Jax nuke, I would say. And there is our patented Vayne build.
Yeah, I have zero clue what that build is supposed to.
I'm gonna try it.
Kudos to them for winning it.
Yeah, but let's make it 50% winner so it actually isn't that good. Yeah, already
down.
Yep.
Down.
Okay.
50%. Wait.
50%. Yeah, because if he loses and this guy won,
then
yeah, 50% win rate.
Yeah, you
Me?
think this guy's gonna play out
200 ping.
200 ping?
Yeah, 200 ping Vayne mid? No.
It doesn't matter.
What do you think I am?
Still losing.
What? That's not true.
Rage.
True. I'd win. If I yeah. I was against the Galio mid, I think I'd win. On the low. Maybe. Possibly.
Possibly.
Oh, new pick.
Yeah, for sure.
Second series. Oh, my own against Atomic Whisker Brigade.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I have some thoughts. I have
You have
some
some
thoughts.
thoughts? Do they happen to be about the Gwyn? Or my flashes? Which way are you feeling right now?
I will take the flashes and he can
Okay,
take
all
the
right.
Gwen.
Yeah, that's good with me.
Ahem.
You sounded flashes.
Okay, the flashes first. All right. Let's talk about some of your patented elite
Okay.
flashes.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. The first one. Let me think. I believe you're trying to chase the 1 HP.
Zeri.
Zeri, right?
Yes.
And you flash as the Zeri flash, just try to get the last auto attack off, and
Good
then you
idea.
would have gotten him.
I would have.
You would have if you
Oh, I'm wrong.
yeah, if you didn't hit that blast cone and get your ass sent over the wall
Ooh,
into
cards
two
are not my
people.
friend. Unlucky.
Yeah, if you didn't get gang banged by two people, maybe you would have killed him. And the second one, we position good, and then we flash ghost into a wall to try to chase. I don't even remember who, but the craziest part is I think you already had reset. So I don't know why you tried to get that kill.
Was that Mel? I think that was Mel.
Is it Mel? Yeah.
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 And we didn't kill her anyways, so you know.
Yeah.
And I also autoed Gwen instead of Mel. So
You did auto Gwen instead of Mel.
Yeah.
Some
Hey, I lived
generational
them. I lived
performances
them.
from you. You did.
So
You
like,
did live.
that means I didn't do
This is
anything
true.
wrong.
I don't know if that's what that means.
That's what that
I don't
means.
think
That's what that means.
I don't think that's entirely true.
All right.
I'll keep it honest.
All right.
Um,
So why did
It's
we win
okay.
this game, Ritty?
why?
Okay,
Why?
let's just say you guys didn't lose the game.
Let me check.
I
this
don't think
screen
you won the
here.
game. I think you just didn't lose the game. You know?
Anyway, I think my top laner. Won the game. But
No. I mean, looking at Hitler's team, I don't know what what Hitler is doing. I mean, we're going Riftmaker in jungle when like we're playing in Zyros Sona Jinx, and obviously he's like, "Oh, let me go walk up to the Jinx. Can't even kill him in one combo." It's like, man, if I just had Nashers, maybe you would actually kill you, Luyten. But
Apparently, it was due to Yoshi that he built Riftmaker first. So maybe it's
I
actually.
mean,
Yoshi's
you know,
fault.
Yoshi only knows top lane builds, and like, it is what
Yeah,
it is.
it is what it is.
But I'm starting to think like Hitler doesn't really care about these matches because
He's
sure,
pretty much already.
maybe they
playing.
are scheduled gap, but at the same time, like I swear
This
I've
was a-
never seen this guy play Gwen. Nor do I ever want to see him like play anything that doesn't have any skirmish power early game because he's like a what Warwick. What was the other champion he plays? Briar. Yeah,
Briar,
just
yeah.
like something
Briar.
like this early game. So I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to like play something new.
I mean,
Trying
even if
to-
there are schedule gapped here, it's like a pretty comparable roster, I believe. So I definitely hope he's not just trolling his team.
I don't know. It looks
But
like
this
it.
Is.
I mean,
woof woof for
this is just one step closer to the bench Kittler motive. So we'll see.
Oh,
Nothing too crazy build wise, otherwise unfortunate. But
I mean,
Yeah.
again, like top side wants to go in, bot side, Aluna and players want to kite back, and then they also have Braum. So it's just such a bad team comp for
just a
Yoshi
weird
and Kittler to
draft.
play into. So it is what it is.
I think our
But I
Kennen
mean,
is also a little homeless in our draft, but
I like
guess
it
he
into
can kinda
Mel.
play
It
disadvantage.
is.
I don't think the cannon was homeless. I think this guy's cannon was just homeless.
well, I was saying in the draft, but
I don't think.
I don't think the cannon pick is that bad in this draft.
I
think
didn't
it's
like your
fine.
Sona pick, if anything. I mean, I thought
Yeah,
you were
I also
but-
think I think the Sona pick is worse than because the whole thing is like if you get a reset right, it's good because you guys pretty much will win the fight as soon as you get a single reset. Like Kennen does a good job of facilitating that reset power for you, and so does Zyra, right? So Zyra can follow pretty easily from long range, but the Sona doesn't really do much except for like keep you alive. But if you're drafting Kennen Zyra, I think having like another engage is good, in my opinion. But
unfortunately, all our
I
in-game
mean-
champs are banned out, so you know can't play Nautilus.
yeah,
That shit
it
just sucks.
is what it is.
Actually, no,
I don't think the
Nautilus was banned.
cannon. Yeah, I don't think the cannon itself was bad though.
I do believe they
I just think,
blinded Braum, so like I think we didn't want to pick engage. But
I mean,
like,
if you're
I mean,
if
you
your
can
if
always
you're
support
just
playing
plays
pick
for
Lulu,
Raton.
if your
yeah,
support plays Lulu, this is like the fattest Lulu game ever. But it is. I mean, again, like Sono wasn't as bad as I thought it was, but it just felt like really awkward just playing with this comp unless you're like 20 minutes in, like same gold lead. So who knows?
Yeah.
Like maybe Sono was a pick there, but I just didn't like it initially.
fair. I do think it's a bit of comfort as well. So
Mhm. That makes sense.
maybe not best in slot, but pretty good. Game two. Uh, actually, oh, yeah, we know we sprinted at Drake in River a couple of times. What's up?
Okay, so all your sins from game one came back to you game two. I
Hmm.
Your top laner really is the GOAT though.
Yeah, no,
I will say. This
he was
guy,
like 5-1 at some point. Like,
nah, I mean, for lack of a better word, he absolutely fathered the fuck out of Yoshi. I mean, like,
okay.
Yoshi.
Being completely
Uh,
on, like looking at game one and game two, did like Killer and Yoshi think like you guys were freeload? That's why they were like quote unquote trolling.
I mean, I
I
would
don't know if
hope after
like
game
they
one they
saw
didn't.
because like okay, Killer's back on their main channel. I don't know if like Alun like told him like yo like
He forced
any
the
death
diving. I
threats.
know that.
Okay. I can see that now because that was pretty heinous. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a Loon masterclass with Polarius doing his signature Shrelia's Aurora build that
Uh,
Hwasal put on
with the funny boots as well, of course.
Symbiotic. Yeah,
Yeah, very
I,
fast Aurora. Very annoying
I
spell.
didn't, I didn't know my Shirley Azari was gonna spread this far, but
I will say I was surprised to
clearly,
see full crit Kaisa, but
I
it kind of
think
makes sense.
I think
I
it's
think
a
it's
really
fine
good
this
kill
game.
lane. Yeah, it's a really
Yeah,
good kill
yeah.
lane. Like if the Kai'Sa ever gets like any lead and you get Q evolve as fast as
Yeah, the
possible,
BF
like
sword
you
back was
are
crazy.
getting shit on. Like you are straight up like screwed.
I
You will
agree, I
lose
agree.
every single 2v2, and Tarek ulti will not save you. I mean, you have exhaust every what 3 4 minutes, 4 minutes, so it's like it's fucked already. So
Yeah. I'm now realizing I had 2 games with double digit deaths this weekend, so good one for me.
this is big.
Shout out me. Uh, in reality, shout out Tricycle and Gibberty. I think they played really well this
No,
weekend.
no shout out you. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's why that
Yeah,
rage bait.
Rage bait.
But yeah, just a loon. Not gonna lie. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. Game 3. Uh, you were surprised we won this, right? Because
I don't know if I was.
it was a
I
no,
was
confident
no,
win that you
surprised.
guys
okay,
won, but
okay. I I don't think it's a okay.
well,
If you know
not
the
like
people,
surprise. Yeah.
if you know the people on the enemy team and what they play, you know for a fact Yoshi does not play Aurelia. And once that
Oh,
shit
okay.
was
So
locked in, you know that was an instant
Yo,
win
wait,
for top
can
lane.
we pull up
this
the wait, you can't pull up the level 1, right? That level 1 was crazy. That
yeah, maybe
I swear
maybe
Yoshi
probably
was trying to win
no,
true.
probably not.
Game one and game no. Game
nah,
two, game three, both
Yoshi
level 100.
had to be like for funning, right? It
Um,
really is pretty good into Aatrox.
he
I don't know how to
wanted
play it,
Riven. They were
but
hovering Riven. Then last second they switched it to Irelia, and we stuck with the rule
Okay, but
of
the
not allowing this champ
oh
they
really?
listed. And I think he was super tilted from that, and then died to like 10 Aatrox autos level 1.
I mean, like matchup wise, Aurelia is supposed to win this matchup, but again, I know for a fact Yoshi is not an Aurelia
Yeah, our
player.
top laner said he actually preferred the Riven matchup, but we just went with the rules.
yeah, I
Definitely.
mean, same with Polarius, right? Like he's not an Ari player, so
Yeah, I did not. I mean, I know Reborn's back in, but like you're putting Polarius on a facilitating champ when I mean, I guess he's played well in Aurora, but it just feels really awkward to be like, okay, I guess Reborn needs Prio, but what's the PV difference between mid? Oh, it's Naki.
Yeah,
So
we put a Nakia in this one because we knew
okay,
Reborn was
okay.
coming in.
So
I mean,
yeah,
realistically, it should have been like Galio pick over Ari pick, but at least that's my opinion.
no, yeah, I
You're
do
gonna
agree.
if you're gonna pick a facilitator, I think it's better to always just pick Galio in this instance, especially because like, I mean, you're jungler, right? He's a support mid turn jungler, so like Zyra is pretty much the comfort pick that they're always gonna go for, right? So
Yeah.
like, knowing that in mind, and then I don't know too much about Naki's pool, aside from the fact that he plays Kiana and Lissandra, and I guess the Nico now that we've seen it, but I mean, I don't know how many 80 picks he has, but as soon as I know that they're gonna pick Zyra, and then like probably if I see a AP mid pick, I'd probably just pick Galio. But again, it's hard to say because we never saw how the drafts went, right?
This
so-
one I could. Oh, did I? Whoops. I could actually give you the. No, never mind.
I mean-
I thought we had the draft for this one, but
I think as long as you guys like Meatball, like I don't know how
pretty confident it was
AWB
Zyra Jinx.
AWB ever play.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's lethality bars
It's
too.
such like you need to hope Yoshi's fed, which is the opposite, and then you can't even play 5v5 unless like Reborn can somehow get like a pick.
Yeah.
Like I sort of is like the best like player with your Jinx or like FF, and obviously your Jinx merchant since you played it all 3 games this series.
Yeah.
But
I'm a merchant. It's unlucky. But also, please give me another champ, man. I'm so tired.
dude, you can play Aphelios, but
Yeah.
everyone's clowning on it.
It's 1-0. Undefeated.
Undefeated.
Um,
Yeah, the other thing is, Varus was lethality Varus this game, so like as much as Alun wants to carry, it's pretty hard.
Yeah,
right?
that was my biggest surprise is putting him on Varus and then especially the lethality. It's kind of hard to. Like,
It makes sense because you can't be on the
that.
same screen as like
Yeah.
the
This
picks
game
on-
is a win in 20 minutes or FF, like the
Yeah.
entire game. Like
They had like a massive lead with Reborn. I think he had like a 4K gold lead on his Zyra at some point, like 80 CS or something crazy. But
mhm.
it just
Hilarious for
wasn't
some
enough.
reason goes Shirelia's on Aurora and not Shirelia's on Ari, which makes zero
maybe
sense.
it's not
to
a
me,
follower
but
of you.
Ooh.
Maybe
Or he just thinks you
Fake fan?
suck and like just wanted to.
I also think I suck, so I don't blame
Oh
him.
my god. Eh. Fell for the rage bait.
Rage bait.
Unlucky.
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised that you guys won because Reborn started 5-0, right? Like, I thought the game was doomed. Like,
Okay,
knowing.
I mean, especially in these draft leagues,
I mean, he had
I
to play
don't think the
perfect,
game
though.
is ever. Yeah, I think every person has to play like fully on respective timers. Otherwise, like it's fucked. You're playing with Yoshi Polarius mid top, respectfully.
Yeah,
Ouch.
yes.
Players has won against one of our old teammates, and me, but I was on earlier jungle, so in a different draft league. So again, props to players, but Yoshi sounded an earlier player.
Well, again, draft cap. Whoever was doing the draft should.
Real,
Uh,
just blame Kittler.
I hope it wasn't Kittler. Ooh, this guy should not be allowed near a draft, especially if he's picking himself. But
Yeah, well.
thank you, very cool, Hwasal. Next series,
I mean.
I believe
Oh, it's
Lacuna.
Oh,
Lacuna should not watch the
Matad.
VOD of us
Um,
reviewing this
okay.
game. That's all I'm gonna say.
I have some tips for Lacuna. My goodness. Okay.
Oh.
I mean, this guy, he's a really good objective like player, like wants to play for objectives. But if you're playing a power farm hungry like champion like Gwen, just play for your camp timers. Fuck the objectives. Please play for yourself. I see this guy just doing dragon on spot for the next 40 seconds and then died. He's like, oh, my entire jungle is up. I'm going to be behind tempo. And then he's like, oh, why am I so useless on Gwen? I don't know, man. Like, this was such a disgusting game on a Lacuna. I mean, I love the guy, but my god, I wanted to bleach my eyes after this one.
Oh, you also
Wait,
have
is this-
like the best top laner in the league. Oh, the color of the graph is inverted. Oh, and the bars.
Inverted.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Um,
bars. But yeah, anyway, the Kunis team is the one with the Gwen, clearly, because this guy's complaining. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got best top laner in the league, presumably on Urgot.
No,
and
Owen,
you don't
Owen
go for
played well.
grubs.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm astonished. Like, Lacuna's team didn't play for Grub side. Like, you have Vigar Senna, and we're playing for DragonCon.
Oh, wait, was that
I
this
re-
game? Because they didn't even get first Drake here, according to 2 hex decks. Unless maybe that's a bug. I think that was this game. He didn't get all 6
No,
grubs,
no,
that's
no.
for sure.
Maybe he did dragon and died.
Oh, yeah, that was this game, wasn't it? Oriana just walked up and solo killed him, I think. Yeah.
I think so.
That happened one of these games.
Well, he definitely got caught out on dragon. I just don't remember if he got dragon or he didn't.
No,
But it definitely took him like 30 plus seconds, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And I saw all of his like second spawn bombs just there.
Yeah. What was the Seneca? I can't remember. Like, I think the Senate was just not great here, if I remember right. But I don't know. It's hard to say without draft info.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, at least I could have built the right items.
I do think like it is pretty crazy that they're not playing for grubs. I think that's the biggest criticism that I have is like you do it. Like your top laner is the best player on your team, right? So I do think like every single time that best player on your team is in the game, you should always play for like 6 grubs or at least 4. But
I mean, this is like such a amazing 4-1 comp. Like you have,
yeah, I agree. You
like
have good
you
wave
don't really want
clear.
Owen to connect, and if Owen forces Shen to go side, like how can they play?
Yeah, the good moments they did have was Owen just like 1v2
Like
on the
Owen literally
sides.
just solo killing like Shen. I think twice before second grub spawned, and then yeah, just unlucky. Owen 1v9.
Who needs grubs? Not Laguna. Unfortunate.
He's just the goat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this game there wasn't really much to look at. There's like,
I mean,
Owen, Katie,
Palmer-
and then everybody else's. Holy moly.
Palmer's then the hyper carry goat, not Luyten.
Hmm?
What?
What?
Rage bait.
Wait,
Palmer
Asset Step is a mid laner, right?
I believe.
Oh
so,
no,
yes.
Balmer was. Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. There.
This
Okay.
should be. That's
It's the same roster. Yeah.
Balmer
never mind.
was
It's
the
Vigar
first.
mid. Vigar mid.
I don't know why it says a different low there. It just does. But yeah, I believe that's Palmer Virus and STL Slayer Jinx.
Got you.
But the next game, I believe, is the Balmer Jinx.
Absolute cinema.
I mean, we
I-
talked about this for like.
Yeah.
It's just like what's it called? GT's comp is like all over the place. While like
Yeah.
it's pretty obvious what like Laguna's team wanted to do. It's like literally the Balmer show, and like all the team had to do was just like buy space for Balmer, while like the enemy team went for like the Hecarim Ori comp, and then you just have a random Thresh that doesn't really peel for anything. I guess Laguna, but like even then, it's like, what's the point? Like, might as well just go like an Enchanter for the cog and just match DPS. I mean, I don't know. It just felt really homeless for
And looking at
STL Slayer.
bans,
this
it
game.
looks like they picked Thresh R4 or R5 because they banned Milio.
I mean, maybe
second rotation.
they just wanted their support to be on like playmaking, but
Yeah, but do you
feels
really
so
need it here?
awkward. I mean, you have Maokai top. I mean, you're trying to just make sure Owen can't like get a lead on you. I mean, is this the game that Maokai got solo kill? Level 1, like
I think so. Yeah, he pushed Owen into the tower.
yeah. No, so he did a good job. It's just like I don't see any other win con besides like STL Slayer trying to just play Cog DPS into a Jinx Lulu DPS.
Yeah, you're not gonna own the Jinx, so you may as well try to match it
Yeah.
in some manner.
I just do not like Hecarim Champ, but it is what it is. Like maybe you can make the Hecarim Ori combo work and just force Jinx to always die.
They didn't make it work a single time, by the way.
Yeah.
Like it never happened once this game. So
Unlucky, but another good showing from Balmer. Pretty cut and dry game.
Yeah.
Honestly, not too much to talk about.
I think this was the
getting
game where
solo
yeah. I think this was the game where Lacuna was soloing Dragon for like a minute and 30 seconds and then he got caught by the Thresh.
was it this game?
This should be the game. It's this because he was on Nocturne. This should be the game.
Oh my god.
And Ritty is not happy. So
And yeah, so they probably didn't get grubs again with the Jacks, but hey, whatever.
Hey, at least they won this
They
time.
won it. Yeah.
They want it.
They don't need. Oh, this. Ooh. This is your favorite comp, Ritty.
Yo, why the? No. I'm sorry, but why are we picking Swain? I assume this was Swain B1.
Yes.
I think.
Almost.
Yeah,
I don't have any idea.
Look,
What makes sense.
I'm not gonna lie, I fucking love Sedge Nyla. Like, it's such a fun comp.
I also really like Session. I think the 350 bot lane is sick, but oh my goodness, is the Swain like I get Kessler, like Swain is Kessler's comfort pick, right? And
Yes,
I
along
guess
with
like
Victor,
if
which is
I
good, of course.
yeah, so but I don't think if Swain is a contested pick, there's no reason for him to be one Swain. I just don't see a reason to, right? Like you can always just hold it later, but like you pick Swain and then you're into bad mid lane matchup.
No, probably on. No, I don't think so. Right?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, well, if he did, then wouldn't he have B1'd it?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure
I
out.
just don't think he plays it at this point. Though.
I don't.
mean, it's
I don't
an
think
easy
he has.
jump, but
He's only played one game of it on co-op AI.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but I don't know. Like B1ing Swain, then you get picked into a bad matchup, which I guess you're good enough at Swain, so you make it out of laning phase mostly unscathed. And then once you get into team fights, you pretty much just get kited and you're useless, right? Like what are you doing into this comp? You're not really doing much. Like obviously Udyr and Camille
I
enter
think
your
GT
melee range,
just
but
like Smurf draft in terms of like making sure like Swain cannot play the game, but
yeah,
I
but
think
he
it was
wouldn't
just
swing.
I mean, I know, but some people were like, "Oh yeah, whatever. We're just gonna like
Yeah.
play our normal." But like, I mean, I think this is such a great comp to play around Swain. So, yeah,
yeah.
Credit to
I
GT
mean,
though. If you replace that swing with any other champ, oh man, that's a fun comp.
yo, this Garen shaming is so disgusting.
I'm surprised to see the Nihilate with less damage than Sona though. I didn't think it was that bad of a game. And I mean, does Sona just do damage or?
I think how fights went was like Nyla wanted to play initial R instead of like playing for Sedge. Well, it was more like Sedge and Nyla go at the same time instead of like Sedge going first and then like slowly coming in. But again, like when you're playing Nyla, you kind of want to just go like you're just a dive comp. You're just going in straight up. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And at a certain point, Nyla kind of got like out. There was too much DPS on the enemy team for the amount of health she had, so she just kept on getting burst in fights. And once she died, it was like pretty much GG since Kessler went like more of a tankier Swain build. So
I forgot about that.
yeah, it's a very hard game.
This is also
I mean,
the
I
game
like
with,
the thought, but yeah, it's such a hard game once like GT just got gold on every single champion.
They also had the Drake fight where like Udyr and Swain fight for a full minute after the fact, and
Yeah, that
Zaya
shit was-
goes to get the
crazy.
inhib and walks all the way back.
Yeah, the inhib and damn, that was crazy.
that was actually crazy.
It's
Yeah, I mean, the Kunis team did get to win the series, but
I think they're
Ritty, I don't
performing
think
a
is
lot.
very happy with the gameplay.
Both teams have
I
some room
mean,
for
yeah,
improvement
knowing
in various
Lacuna,
areas.
I am pretty disappointed, but again, like it is what it is. Like the win is all that matters. So
I think this game was pretty good from him. I don't know if he got
Yeah,
reps
yeah.
again, but you know, if you're allergic, you're allergic, I guess.
yeah,
So that's
Yeah.
it for this series, I think.
Jeez. Next series.
Next series, ooh, this one was
Oh,
pretty rough if I remember right. I mean, we got two Irons versus one of the better teams in the league. I don't know if Gumby plays Fiora, but he did play it this game, that's for sure. I think Rammus was like 6-1 at one point. It was a pretty good game from him. I'm a little biased, but there wasn't too much to this game. It was pretty brutal.
I mean, like any other series with Gumby and two Irons, as long or not as long as soon as Gumby dies more than twice, the game is pretty much over, I would say, unless they're really ahead from a position. And yeah. Because the way the team is structured, right? Like when Gumby dies, they pretty much lose all tempo on the map. I guess in this case, the Shining Light was Rammus and not Gumby, but the point still stands.
Well,
Right?
I don't-
Rammus does not know.
It's a very dull light. I don't think
Yeah, an extremely
Grimace with
dull
the most
light
kills.
with absolute darkness everywhere else. But I mean, yeah, it's not really much to say about this game. I think it was just mostly a stomp. Rammus did good, good jungle matchup for the most part, but lucky.
Yeah. I do love the ISO Didact Malphite. Counters Majin and Gumby.
What about the Sork shoes? That's kind of crazy. Kind of love it though.
I
It's
mean,
good,
you
bro.
just Giga chatted. Maybe you just thought the game was already won at a certain point. Was like, screw it.
You in it?
But
It's to increase Thornmail damage.
Ooh,
maybe
big.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Mouth Breathers lost if Rammus built Sork shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Surely.
For sure. Don't think this game was much better. Oh, okay, never. Oh, right. It's
Okay,
this game.
this
Hmm.
is the more
Hmm.
clear example of what I meant earlier when I said Gumby with 2 irons is just Gumby dies more than twice in the game. It's over.
Yeah.
This is like probably the clearest example that you're gonna see. I would say Gumby died he died once in Silent and then once at drag fight, and the game was completely in Poro Pounder's favor, right? Like he was 0 deaths, was solo killing Aatrox on repeat before then. As soon as the first turret goes down and Aatrox is allowed to pretty much just stabilize in the side lane without dying too much to a certain extent. Yeah. Gumby has to look for team fights or has to look for a super play like 1v2, 1v3 in the side lanes. And if those don't work out, the game's pretty much over.
I will say.
it just
Hmm?
no, it just feels like all the enemy team has to do is just find like one CC chance. I mean, Power Pounders probably just felt like very confident, like knowing that they're playing still Iron players, and so like the
Yeah.
jungler just played like a Mumu just to set up for bot lane. I mean, either way, you kind of do need to have any other setup since Levi went Xerath, but yeah, all they had to do was just make sure to have one team fight and make sure Gumby couldn't play the game, and it's like if he's dead, like the entire map just falls apart. Feel
Yeah.
bad for
Unfortunately,
Majin, though, because he had a pretty good showing the first few weeks, but maybe he's just. I mean, I'm assuming that's why Iggy went jungle, and then just hoping they can do something bot lane
Yeah.
in retaliation with Levi and different, but
I don't know if this
just
is
didn't
the
work out.
team to do it. I feel like you do it against a worse spot lane and or maybe a worse strong. I don't know. It's an interesting idea to move these roles around, but I'm not fully sold on this one, especially with Osha and support. I think he has better use
Yeah.
case elsewhere, but yeah, it's just a bit unlucky, and maybe they'll get better into it, and maybe not into Fury.
I mean, he did get first blood,
He did.
I mean,
and then he got solo killed 2 times
Oh,
or
he
3
did
times.
get like a decent CS lane. I thought,
yeah, it
like,
wasn't
early
bad, but
game.
like I don't know.
It was not
Oh,
decent. It was
I feel like
like
there's
it
much
was like
better
4,
picks.
bro. It was
I
4.
swear it was like 15, 10.
Maybe
I-
like early
maybe,
game at
like-
a certain point. But
It was around
he
then.
also had TP while enemy mid laner had
Ignite.
Ignite. Yeah.
Okay.
I will say the damage graph very satisfying. I like the stair step. Don't think we're gonna see that one again.
You're weird.
And blue, but you know that happens.
Yeah.
Like I said, Gumby with only a couple deaths, but that's all that's needed. You need
Yeah, more than 2 deaths and then it's insta loss.
GG.
GG.
I can win.
You don't. Pretty cooked.
But we'll see more from that Iron roster later. But for now, this one was a bit surprising to me. This is one of MDFC's better rosters versus one of ours worst. I want to say it's a 20 PV difference. And it
Yeah.
was looking good for a while. Blue and Peepa had a really good game. And they were both like 7 kills between each other. Gold where you want it. And then it just kind of collapsed.
I do think WoW has the easier to execute comp, right? For sure. In this case, I'm not entirely sure. Did you think the right? I don't remember. Did you think the Rise pick was good this game, or something? Or exactly, but
I mean, he played well. I just don't know exactly how the matchup's supposed to go. I mean, you definitely
Mid
can hit
matchup
someone. Yeah.
or like team
Cinder
comp matchup?
versus. I mean,
Cinder versus
I don't
Rise.
really care about the team comp because literally all you needed was just a mage in mid lane because you can hit Poppy, Vi, Pantheon as long as your team is there. That's fine. But
Yeah, I mean the mid matchup is pretty Syndra favored right now, I would say. But like if you
the Rise
if you
was
have
like 4-0.
yeah, the Rise was 4-0, so clearly blue is just built different.
But my issue is like Rise and Zeri was fed and like they had like orange scaling like I don't know, this felt like such a good game for
Yeah, it was looking pretty high.
MDFC, but
I think like
I also
Rumors
thought
on
Poppy was
Vulture
pretty
and-
useless in this draft. But
Oh yeah.
Poppy
I
was very useless.
like I thought Poppy had negative value.
I
Obviously, like in theory, you can reach Zeri, right? And you can block a Mimikyu, and like, but that's all in theory. Like I guess like blocking a Mimikyu with your W is pretty practical, but you're never real like if the Zeri's positioning like a human, you're never making her grounded with your W, right? So it's hard to
maybe they
really
pick a different AD, but it's just so hard. Like I don't know. I swear comp wise, it's completely fine. It's just like all anyone
yeah.
has to do is just either try to queue onto frontline flash for Jinx, Syndra. If you get both, it should be a free win.
Wait, I
Like,
just Poppy is Bork? I didn't see that one.
That has to be a bug, right?
no, it's not a bug. I'm seeing on the
Yeah.
wait. Okay, unless he just got that much gold, but like, yeah, I don't see how
Oh.
Pop.
Heartsteel. I Pantheon as well. I forgot about that one.
Wait, it's a 33.
That was actually good. I don't think it's bad.
Oh
But
yeah, I forgot about the health scaling.
Wait,
I didn't know about that.
yeah, because he gets armor and MR on his E with scaling with health when it's empowered, like 5 stacks, and then he also does damage increasing based on his max health with the initial part of his W. So it's not the worst, right? Like there's scalings that you can work with, and you're tankier, so you work as makeshift frontline for your possibly useless Poppy.
Wait.
Whoa.
Does okay on like post game screenshots when you have an Ornn on your team and you upgrade items? Does it show on this post game screenshot or no?
On this one,
It
no.
should.
Like the image on my
Did Ornn
stream,
forget to upgrade items?
right?
Then?
It should show an OPGG, yeah.
It should show on.
I need to check. I need to check. This is
It-
that would be a generational flop if he forgot.
There's no way. I mean, it does show the outline on the boot a little bit.
No, okay, but that's boots, man.
Well,
That's
like-
boots, man.
All right, whatever, man.
That has to be rage bait, bro.
Wait, so in the meantime, yeah, I don't know how Molly the dog lost this game, like by
Yo,
compromise.
I think he didn't upgrade. Am I trolling? I don't think he upgraded. Uh-oh.
I genuinely want to ask because I don't want to like flame it, but like that is a generational flop if they did not like upgrade items.
Game 1, correct?
Yeah, 1 second.
I'll get it
Oh.
up myself. But I'll switch to game 2 for now, where they do bring it back. No orange, so we don't have to worry about that upgrade potential. And if I remember, this is just like a Sivir. No, apparently
Okay.
not as crazy as I thought. But the Sivir had a really high KD, and like I think it just
Okay, it doesn't show an OP.
It doesn't show an OP. Yeah, it doesn't, because... Damn, wait, okay, so
I can check in a second. I got the replay. I highly doubt it. Surely somebody would notice, you know?
Yeah. Game
You'd hope
2.
so.
I mean, this is just like Death being like, okay, you have Death on a non-engaged support, and he does his like shenanigans, and then says, "Oops, my bad, guys. I'll go back to normal." One of my 5 champions that he plays.
Okay, so when does Ornn get items?
It's 13, right?
So when he's 15, he has 2?
Should be. It's 13 or
Or
14.
2 teammates, I should say. All right, I guess
13 he does itself, 14 he does someone
Yep.
else, 15, 16, 17. He
Um,
doesn't get one at 18 because like I'm pretty sure
So at least at this
they moved
instance,
one down.
He's 15 and he only has 1 upgrade. it was onto the Runins, which isn't even the Orn's fault.
Okay, but he still has another upgrade, and he didn't put it
Yeah,
on.
he
Ra-
didn't put it on.
It does. Okay.
It does go to Rise by the end of the game, and that does go on Roa, which is a little better. Right?
I mean, either way, I'm just making sure you gave the free 1K gold of
Yeah,
stats because that's what Ryan wanted to do.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure because like I'm like, yo, wait 1 second,
it
something's
is
not clicking here.
rough to see it on a Runins Hurricane. 73% attack speed is definitely interesting to see.
Mm.
But that's not the reason we lost. I don't know. It was a weird one.
I don't know. I just feel like this second game just it's
Oh
just
wait, this was Death Bard. Yeah.
Death Bard was useless, and then you have like Sivir Lulu just free hitting. I mean, the Jarvan played really well as well. Blue and Jarvan, Talia and Jarvan just like kind of like took over the game. So
That was Kevin Jarvan too. So much better than the Viper performance. Oh wait, no. This was the
Molly
sorry,
Molly
this is
won.
Molly's.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm pretty
I
sure
want to say
his
it's like
team
Chocolate.
probably.
He was support last game, so I think it was definitely a good role swap. They performed better after it.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I don't know
Yeah, really
what
good
else was to
performances
say.
I don't remember too much of these games. It wasn't anything too crazy. It was unfortunate to see the upset. I was hoping for more from Molly, but
Yeah, I was
WoW
hoping for the
does
resurgence. Yeah.
take it in the end. And I mean,
Yep.
again, another good performance from a Zeri, but it just never enough fully. I mean, that melt damage is kind of crazy though.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Actually, I think this was a bit worse on the Zeri. I think.
Oh yeah, this
Molly
was
did better. This is the fiddle game that.
the fiddle game, building like 3 different items at once, and then just not building a single faded ashes, and then
I did not watch this game. This is all you guys.
So the fiddle clear, like it wasn't that bad. It was a little suboptimal, but then they
Yeah.
rushed
I mean,
the Zanya's component instead of faded, and then didn't use it until 25
no,
minutes.
he got boots right, and then
Oh,
it was
it was boots.
Yeah.
That's right. They got the
Yeah.
Amptum.
Yeah. Okay, that's crazy. No, that's not ideal.
Did they skip a camp? Because they ended up.
Okay,
going bot
he got boots, went straight bot, got a double kill, and then just cleared camps, and I'm like, holy shit, this is elite.
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
Hmm?
I don't know.
I thought you were saying something about his clear. I mean, his
pretty
clear
smart
was
stuff.
like done at 340, but
Yeah, something about the initial clear was off. I thought, but I can't remember the exact details. But it's like you said, the double kill brought it back. But then they built the Zanya's component.
yeah, I mean, I'm surprised the Mel team didn't win. Like, Mel into Ash Syndra seems like such a free comp for Mel.
I want to say this might have been the game where no, I'm thinking of WoW vs V8. But I think the set like just kind of dumpstered the Mel and the Zeri in multiple team fights.
Yeah. I don't see how Zeri gets to play the game. So, pretty sad.
But another game where MDFC should win and just don't. I don't know. They still haven't had their best rosters. I think this jungler is new and had a decent performance the other game on the Jarvan, but a little worse off in this one. But I think it'll help their team out in the long run with this guy. And I think there is another player that they have that's really good and hasn't played much. So they've played the most points this season by a pretty substantial margin, if I remember correctly.
Damn.
I want to say by like at least 300. Which is like good. Or well, okay, it's not good, but their record kind of correlates with it for sure, I'd say.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? I mean, you have well, I don't know about an excuse, but you have a reason, somewhat.
Yeah, so most teams are playing around 1900 to 2100 PV. They're at 2237. 8 Cylinder is the only one that's anywhere close, which is surprising because 8 Cylinder's done really solidly. So
Yeah,
but we'll leave
definitely
that
is pretty interesting. But yeah, probably
Hope-
a analysis for another time.
hope they can bring it back a little bit. But I think they're just a group of fans. So if they lose, they lose. I think they can keep the vibe up. Speaking of 8 Cylinder,
Oh,
apparently, this one, not a fan of the Yumi. The team wasn't either, from my understanding. But the Azir pick was also like, what does he do? He can
I
ult,
Yeah.
mean,
he can shuffle. That's about
There's
all he's
such a
got.
home. Like I feel like as a jungler, I feel so sad for TV. Like this is such a homeless Wukong game.
Yeah, I think he did pretty well in it for a while too.
No, he did well, but man, like you're kind of solo engaged unless Bubbles wants to do his like if he wants to stream a shuffle, but like at the certain point you're also
Azir,
hyper carry, and it's like man, like TV's just trying to do everything he can.
what's the enemy laner?
Anyway, what? Victor.
Victor. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why he picked Azir. I have zero clue. It's bad lane matchup. If you're good enough with Azir, I guess you can play the front back against forgot Diana, right? But yeah, while like in
Jinx
theory, while
Victor.
Wukong causes havoc in backlane with Jinx, but it's hard. It's hard. I definitely think like Azir is probably the lowest value mage that you can pick. If it was up to me, I'd probably pick Syndra, but I mean,
I was up too, and he plays it a good bit. So I just
Yeah, if Cinder's up, this was like best Cinder matchup.
yeah, this is best Syndra
It's
matchup.
so annoying for Diana to play. And
Same with Urgot, and you can
Urgot.
catch Jinx with the stray stun, and like she
Uh,
can't get caught
yeah,
out.
you'll spike like as similar with Victor, and if you're the better player, you'll be fine. So it is what it is. Maybe Bubbles really wanted to play Azir. Like maybe it just had to happen. So who knows? But I think this was. I mean, it's not Bubbles' fault for what this team got rounded to. So let's make that like certain because like the Yumi pick was also like basically useless.
yeah, but
So
R4, R5 probably should have a better pick coming there for sure.
yeah.
Was a fun match to watch. It was mainly just Billy and TV duking it out until eventually.
Yeah, it was.
I believe they were both like 6-3 at one point, essentially. Good showing from TV, despite what he had, I would say. Also, Serpent's Fig. I didn't realize that. That's man. And it would
I
make
mean,
sense, but
most homeless
he had to do everything.
Azir. Yeah, most homeless Azir game of all time. Gwen also is pretty. This game. I think.
Also, is Mikhail's any useful here? I feel like only polymorph
It's
is
good. It's good against Lulu Poly. Can you cleanse Lulu Poly with Mikhail's? You can, right?
No.
Pretty
I
sure
would
You probably
assume
can.
so, but
Yeah,
But
I'd
like,
assume
why?
so.
But like, if Lou's already in range, like, I swear she's
Yeah.
strong.
I mean,
So-
I agree. But
Unless
I
like,
guess we'll see.
I mean, at that point, I would just go like, I would honestly go Downcore. Besides that, but again, like, who knows? Maybe they thought, or Yumi thought, like they would just be in the lane matchup like a lot more, which makes sense. But even then, it should always be a 5v5 angle, or at least a 4v4 with one top lane being sides. So
I'll say I think this is also Darkle Victor, and he's been performing pretty damn well
yeah,
for his rank
he's
and
been
whatnot.
very consistent. So that's what I like to see on low or higher PV players.
Yeah. They gave TV Nunu. Come
Yep,
on, man.
gave his TV's OTP. Yeah, I saw some words exchanged
Yeah.
between Billy and TV.
And
Yeah, it was a
mean,
pretty homeless Viego game though. Won't lie. And
we do see the Syndra, so Bubbles. Just pick it again.
hey, maybe that's his calling.
Maybe he'll realize it from now.
Yeah, I mean,
He'll take
there
it
was
with
something
sword.
special. I just
Take
feel
that
like this was just straight comp diff.
Yeah.
I mean, like once Nunu gets to like help his teammates, like I don't know what Billy does besides like hope Gourmet can get like a good setup or just play with winning top. I think the Rumble wins pretty 6 against Aatrox. So,
Should for sure.
but I think Aatrox can like out trade. So I don't
think-
know. It's such a hard game for Billy unless he has like any setup with like a winning lane.
I think it was pretty hard because like I think bot lane was winning a trade really hard, and then it was just the Nunu timer, so they ended up getting double killed from it. So it's like you understand
Be
why
special.
they get caught there, but you just can't.
hmm
TV's my goat. Great performance from him.
I mean, I love this jungle matchup. Like, I feel like these guys are definitely top 2 junglers. So right now in the league.
Yeah, I think that's. I think it'd be hard to find somebody to disagree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Game 3, we brought back the Yumi. Didn't know about the Poppy W interaction or something.
Nah, that level 1 was.
Maybe there's a correlation with Yumi and like winning, guys. Like
Maybe should stop picking.
or sorry, winning or Yumi and losing. But
I mean, the level 1 was
maybe
also,
we should try to bench the Yumi.
I'm surprised. I think Pink Spam probably was incredibly tilted. He kind of started side laning
No,
a good bit.
he looked very tilted. Like this
Yeah.
guy was just side laning at a certain point. I'm like, where's Pink Spam going? Like, I mean, sure, if you communicate with your team, like I don't know what the comms are, but it looked like he was playing tilted. Like
I wouldn't be too surprised after like the level 1 was really bad. The Yumi kind of just walked up to auto and then just instantly got Poppy W'd. And
Yeah, if I was him, I'd be running.
right then.
Yeah, I'd just be rage side thinning too if I was him. Like, I don't blame him.
yeah, at least
Not in GCS though, of course. No, you would never do that.
Hey, yeah, I've done work. Or
What?
yeah.
Huh? What?
Huh?
he has done worse.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
Please move on to the next series.
No, what?
But yeah, I don't think there's nothing special about this series or this game besides like it was pretty underwhelming from the jungle side because there was like a lot of skirmishes, but they were both on facilitators.
Yeah.
And it just kind of came up into like who's going to end harder on the team, and it was obviously V8's team because they have a Yumi and Ping Span or Agu with his like either playing like at a diamond player versus like a gold player. I guess we rolled a gold player like and flip bad, so
Yeah, he's
it is what
6'9"
it
of this
is.
tourney, apparently.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
pretty inconsistencies, but and then I feel like also for TV's build, like once you get Sky on Volibear, that's your spike, and then you're just basically sitting or you're gonna Q bot. Like all you do is just like stun them and hope your team can carry, and they didn't. So it's just unfortunate.
Yeah. Definitely a lot of inconsistency from V8, honestly. I think that's a consistency of them. But
Maybe VLN Riley
dude, that guy
will
like hasn't played the game. And he's dodged me
Yeah,
twice.
fucking- he's enjoying his time in Orlando, man.
He's dodged
It's like
me.
Hwasal dodging 2 weeks of games and seeing his team is 0-7. Oh, sorry, 1-7
Whoa.
soon.
Ooh,
Okay,
soon.
man. Like, I'm trying to just enjoy my Korea life and play some solo queue.
Yeah, where rank are you?
Yeah.
Gold.
Well,
It's
I have
Emerald
something enjoyable in
too.
this series, I'll tell you that.
I'm Emerald too, man.
Yeah, you're cooked, bud.
What?
So
Emerald
Ritty,
2 80%.
what are your thoughts on top
Nah.
lane?
I got my 4th roll win. This is big, guys. Like we don't look at next game.
Broncino was not happy about this one, I'm sure.
Yeah. I was just trying to find like a champion that I wanted to play. I'm like, guys, I'm kind of down for Trundle. And so I just locked it in, and I don't think he was happy. I just played farm, and it's like
Did they really not get a single tower?
I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah.
what we
Okay,
locked
yeah,
in.
this is a pretty dominating game, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I mainly watched the top lane and the proxying, and that was
Nah, yeah, 5
disgusting.
people coming at me. I was like, guys, like, we can do something, right? I mean, no, it was fun. It was really fun playing. I mean, obviously, I'm against a gold player, gold plat, but it was still fun trying to like just play top playing a different role. So
Yeah, it was fun trying to play mid lane the next game as well, I'm sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah. One more roll, right?
we saved that for the next 2 minutes, but
Oh, wait.
oh,
What?
hey, the next 2 minutes are right now.
oh,
Oh,
How did
so
they?
um,
I didn't realize how bad the matchup was. I might have been trolling. I might have got paid. You know,
Yeah,
Jin Jungle's money line for hit me.
Juggles.
It was pretty unlucky, guys. It was pretty unlucky.
Yeah,
But I could not get my last roll in.
Really learned that Mel's mom is actually a dragon. So what can you do?
Real. It is true. I fear I will not be playing Smolder into Mel or Smolder into.
Also, this Garen champ is kind of crazy.
Yeah. I think Broncina realized how OP Garen was, and we didn't really care for it. So
I need a jump scare warning for any Smolder lovers. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, who is that? Oh, I'm glad there's no names there. I wouldn't want to be that guy.
oh yeah, I was Evelyn. It was just an
Oh,
unlucky
you're
game.
mid? Dude, you mid with Smite. That's crazy.
Yeah,
But
this is a pretty sad game.
yeah, sad is what I would call it.
Yeah. I blame Tubby. I
Tubby.
blame my Evelyn.
He chose a skinny champ, so like he did his best.
Hey.
But you guys locked in for game 3, not losing against that team. No respect. Respectfully, that's wow. Oof, my bad. Sorry, FF. But honestly, this game was looking rough for a bit. Like
It was looking rough. I am not gonna lie, not
pretty
having
sure
tools to play.
everybody was doing bad except for you at some point. Except for maybe like Brissy. Is that Brissy?
I think this was Goomba's day to play. Or not Goomba, Sexy Shawarma.
Sexy Shawarma, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Goomba was not happy about the Garen.
This was an up and tilt game.
I think he started picking it up and he's like, yeah, this champion's broken. So and then we have Hubby's magnificent, either he goes 10-0 on Syndra or he shits the bed. But again, like I swear this team, either I pop off or my solos pop off, and I'm just like a bystander. Like a very big bystander. So I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but yeah.
Pretty good
I'm
performance from Strand at least, but it wasn't significant for a while. Is why it was
the
definitely
loon
scary.
specialty.
Hey, I have more deaths than that. Come on, man.
Real. Hwasal?
What?
Yeah, he doesn't care.
He's still
Yeah, AP Nunu is crazy. I Sultan's Aomi or Crowl, the Nunu.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much I mean, you guys are doing.
Oh, it's R5 as well, by the way.
Yeah, I remember.
Is Cosmic Drive?
I think AP Nunu here is the most heinous thing ever. I don't know how, because you can't really kill Nunu if he goes tank until you're like 4 items,
Yeah,
right?
if I have like 3 items, yeah. I mean, even then, I was barely doing anything until I had like 2 item spike. Pony was just annoying, and then like all I can do is pretty much just try to get like random kills around the map and then just scale. And that's what I'm like worried about the most, because I can't really do that kind of play style unless like everything else is like fine. So maybe there might be something changing. Yeah. Or I'm taking notes.
I'm seeing you in playoffs, buddy.
You better come by. I'm getting traded. You and me are teaming.
What?
Yeah.
You want to go to Freaky Floppas?
Talking out of
you and me, Freaky Floppas. I'm down.
We can fix them.
yeah. Oh shit.
I want to come too. Please.
Nope.
No.
I don't want your 200 ping ass on.
What the fuck?
Garen champion, Broncina.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, Broncina locked in after the first game, but that was it for Saturday games. I believe there was there was an FF. I want to say it was leg FF first two.
Yes, it was leg. Yeah, it was. It was. I
Two
think.
more. On
Yeah,
this
like
next
seems
day.
like they don't really want to play the game. I mean,
Unlucky.
overall they do have a good top side. It just unlucky bot lane, but even then, I don't feel like they're
I think their
high-tiered.
roster as a whole is kind of just built weirdly.
No, yeah,
honestly.
it just feels like if everyone else on Nico's, or sorry, if everyone else on leg can be consistent and not end, then maybe Nico can scale up. Like he seems like a very late game player, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
They have Nico.
It's just
Their top side of Nico, IFN, and
yeah.
top tower is really solid, but then they have like a
I don't
backup
really.
mid
Top
laner
Tower is
instead of
what?
getting
Like
a stronger
is he a
bot laner.
TK player? No, he's definitely an OTP, right? And then that's why he drops so low.
I want to say he's a Kled OTP. I think that's what it is.
Who?
Top tower.
Top Tower.
Top tower? Isn't he just a split push menace?
I mean,
Yeah,
people
he's
probably-
a Kled OTP.
Yeah, but he's been playing pretty well, honestly.
Yeah,
I think he only had one Kled game, and it was pretty abysmal, actually. But or maybe that was somebody else. I can't remember. But
You'd know better than me.
unfortunate for Leg because left schedule gaps. But back to Hwasal.
Yeah.
Hwasal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how to say my name. You don't have to. What's wrong with you?
AWB on Fraud Alert? Fraud Watch?
I mean, I assume we're gonna go over our graphics later, but yeah, they're definitely not the. I mean, I don't know if they're for funding or not, right? Like, I'm not 100% sure, but like, they definitely aren't the insane team that I thought they would be like 2-3 weeks in.
To their
Right,
credit, this is, I think, probably a decent PV gap in this roster.
I'd assume so. I mean, we did,
weird roles.
from what I know, we fielded our strong or close to our strongest roster. So it's yeah.
I mean, again, like I swear, Hitler's is trolling. Like,
Why is
I
it
mean,
troubling here?
maybe it is like schedule gap, but like I'm pretty disgusted on like how Hitler's handling things. Unless like he's just trying to like have the mid game or mid season shenanigans.
I have zero clue why Alun is jungle. It makes no sense.
Because like
to me
I swear, like
whatsoever.
what Promet goes mid,
Yeah.
or sorry, Alun goes mid.
Promek or Alun could be mid or top.
Okay, yeah,
realistically.
Killer can go jungle, and then they can figure out their solo lane situation, and then like it's fixed.
Yeah.
Like that's fine. Like they need 80 damage. Like if June is playing AD and like or APC Seraphine,
Yeah.
like I don't see a point on Alun on jungle unless like that's their like secondary. But I feel like as an ADC like player, you would just go to mid and just play ADC mids, especially like you can get away with like a lot of stuff if you're a higher ranked player. So I don't know, maybe it is for funny because it's 07 and they wanted to cheer them up. So who knows?
Another
Hey, man.
Kazakh game. Come on, man. People just.
Hey, he's just the GOAT. He perma performs. He didn't have the most deaths on the team.
It was a
but he
disgusting
perma
performance
performs.
from TG Boom and Rurika, though. Honestly.
Yeah. My goats.
Um,
Not really much to say about this, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
this was kind of
Killer's
just
build was pretty heinous this game. Like he was going Luytens and then he switched to Seraphs and then he pivoted into Shadowflame second.
Wait, I didn't even realize that. What? I thought
Yeah,
I just
it
assumed
was-
he
it
committed
was-
to Ludens. Because you mentioned
Yeah,
the tier plus.
Yeah, unless his idea of like going Hextech Alternator and spending 1100 gold is to help him trade, which is
I hope that's not his
it's a bit of a heinous ideology, in my opinion, for lack of a better word, right?
Yeah.
Going Hextech, spending 1100 gold to do good trades is pretty crazy, unless you're playing a champ like Akali, maybe. But
Not too much
Yeah.
in this game. Kind of just a stomp.
nah, it's just pretty chill, chill max game.
Free win.
Yay! I didn't even have to play it. Oh, this game was actually pretty crazy.
Yeah, this one was
Like,
a little back and forth.
Yeah,
I think the craziest part in that is Defelios didn't die at all, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Despite this.
Boom positioned really well. Like when we were reviewing, he was like almost untouched every team fight that happened. Also, I mean,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
the Silas Akali matchup was pretty fun to watch
Yeah, the
as
Silas.
well.
I mean,
Oh,
Silas period was pretty fun to watch. He was just full sending it perma.
oh yeah, I mean, Eureka's my goats, bro. The guy will permafight everything when he's on shit like Yone or Silas. It's actually insane. But yeah, the matchup was pretty fun to play. We did get to see Polarius Moa's coveted Akali OTP, which apparently boosts his gameplay levels from silver to all the way up to Grandmaster Challenger or something.
Whoa.
But yeah, when
Damn,
he
man.
lost. Yeah,
Simulin.
Huh?
he got solo killed like 2 times.
Rage.
Rage bait. But
I mean,
yeah, I mean,
again,
it was
go
go
ahead.
go.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I was
I
gonna
mean,
say
all I
so.
was gonna say, I'm just disgusted, like how AWB. I started tilted, like, but that's pretty much what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say along the same lines. I'm pretty sure they're just tilted. Good props to my team though. Good shit, guys.
I would
Good
say
stuff.
props to your team as well. They're probably the most fun team to watch. Like you guys are just perma fighting, perma skirmishing. It was only sad like when you guys were losing, but if you keep up the wins, oh my god, you guys are so fun.
Dude, it's content, man. You know me. I'm the
Marketing
content
content.
master. Yeah,
That's why you throw for content.
I do throw for content. I threw for content in quarterfinals too, except we didn't win. So,
Ooh.
oh, not ideal. Not ideal.
Yeah.
Marius made me
That
his
where
bitch. Fortunately,
first time in his year?
it wasn't first time.
All
Okay,
right. Whatever
my
you
Azir
say.
used to be good. It used to be good. Emphasis on used to be though. It's not good anymore.
Really good game from Boom. And from
Yeah,
Rika.
really good game.
Rika's
Yeah,
crazy.
he positioned pretty much perfectly. Ririko's doing like whatever he wanted on Silas. He had like what 1, 2, 3, 4 good ultis. Technically, since Daisy's also really good stats wise with Silas AP scaling. I guess 5 Jinx ulti's not bad either, but you're really taking it right. You're always going to be taking not. Generally, you're cycling between Nautilus, Akali, and Yone ulti in fights. So yeah, he had good ultis to work with. I do think um Super Chicken had a bit of an unfortunate performance this game. What did he do? He did Red Raptors into Gromp and to try to level 3 invade the Ivern, but the Ivern clear was too fast, right?
Oh
Or
yeah. Well,
yeah,
no, Iron
so
started
so his
top side.
tempo, yeah, his tempo fell behind a lot, which is pretty unfortunate. But yeah, and for the most part, game went about as to go. I think with this draft, I do think we were heavily favored on draft, and
Yeah.
obviously, Boom positioned like a god this game, like I said before. I am surprised that he didn't end up 0 deaths though. He was against the Yone, Akali, and Nautilus. Like they have decent
Yeah.
dive. So
I'll say it was also the first time I've ever seen 2 daisies. I've just never considered Silas ult on that.
I like it, but
I think it's
obviously
good,
like
yeah.
there's better ultis that just outweigh the Daisy ult, so you just never really see it
Yeah.
generally.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Sense.
Easy series though.
0-7 is now 1-7.
1-7. Yay.
The comeback.
Come back.
Another comeback.
Okay.
So the ending kind of bringing it back a little bit.
I think you swapped the graphics again.
Oh. No. No, this one is accurate. If you believe
It is?
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Um
What happened this game?
So I think this was the one you guys didn't really watch. Essentially, they were killing it. Well, okay. David Edge was having a rough time on the Ornn. I think he was like 0-5. They were winning really hard. And then they lose like 4 or 5 team fights in a row. And then they just win another one where Pyrosis one-shots the Jinx and the Jax one-shots the Syndra. And then they just win. It was just like a good flank, pretty much. Like they just somehow found the 2 carries and just deleted them and won the game with that gold lead or with the gold disadvantage. It was a really weird game, honestly, but it was pretty fun to watch.
It was pretty interesting, for sure.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be a lot more crazy than it was with that gold graph and who won, but it really wasn't.
Yeah.
Just a good performance from Pyrosis and KTN. I mean, it was mainly KTN this game.
I'm surprised how much Pryo 6 foot 1 Jack is putting on Jacks. I swear
he
to
has
stream
played it a
is like
lot.
it's pretty mid in jungle, but if it works, it works. He's been playing well on it, so props to him.
The series was also interesting because you got to watch in real time David Edge learn how to play this matchup because he was 0-5 last game, and then he like absolutely smurfed it this game, where I think he started like 5-0-5 against the Darius this time. And then just pretty much the exact
like
same game, but much
comp,
cleaner,
yeah.
and actually won the game early. Paris is pretty good on the Oriana. All right, it wasn't too crazy of a series. I'm surprised to see WoW still losing, but no happier cat definitely seems like a major debuff to them. Reaper's Blade has been playing really well in every single role he's been playing, though.
But has he won in 4 roles?
No, you are unfortunately the
Yo,
one with
we
the
don't
most
need to
wins, I think.
self-blaze, man. Like,
Thank you, guys. Like,
like
I think he might have 3 rolls, so he's on your ass.
Oh,
maybe
shit.
you need to shout him out and tell
yeah,
him
might
to
have
beat you.
to play mid lane next
I
year.
want to say
my
probably
way is
hasn't done
ready, guys.
support, which is like free low, anyways. You know, and then
Actually.
top lane.
My Yone is ready.
Your Yone is not
What?
ready. I've seen that shit. It's not ready.
Dude,
It's
play
not
against
ready.
Hwasal. You got it.
Down.
Yeah, you'd beat me. Surely you'd beat a 200 ping crippled man, right?
Yeah, I feel like without Happier Cat, this team has been pretty like inconsistent. Like,
My issue is there's no like general
think
direction with the team, right?
They also
Because-
haven't been playing Hyper Dragon for some of these, which is another one of their better
oh,
players.
Yeah.
true.
That's
is
true. That's
series
true.
they
I
won.
actually forgot. Yeah, I forgot to consider that.
I think
But
the last series they lost, they did have Hyper Dragon in though, so definitely a bit worse off for those.
Mhm.
But I think this one is kind of not too unexpected. I think PV difference was not in their favor. Roster that probably hasn't played nearly as much together and whatnot.
yeah, makes sense.
Lacuna. Oh wait, actually no, Lacuna didn't play in this one, did he? Man,
This was just Garen Chungus gaming.
yeah, this.
The Garen show.
Yeah.
Just yeah, I mean,
Owen.
not
I don't know.
discrediting Balmer playing Balmer playing Draven.
I think
but-
this was definitely not one of Balmer's better games, but like he
Wait,
didn't
am I
look
looking at the
bad.
wrong game? No,
Oh,
I
wait, no,
mean,
this was a
late-
good game. Never mind.
No. I mean, damage wise, sure. Like maybe Garen was
I mean,
just like
Owen,
literally
the top laners are
just
stealing all the
trading.
damage. Where do you get the damage?
Yeah.
You know, they're hogging it.
I mean, their bot lane can't play if
I think the early wasn't as
Draven's
good as I
right.
expected. Is all. Then something was off for me. I can't remember what, but I mean, just
well,
you got 3 winning lanes with a Garen.
I'm
split push.
glad that
Lose.
Mel lost because I hate this champion.
Yeah.
So
2 losses. Love to see it, and a pretty strong win against a small.
I
team.
mean, yeah,
Dude, who was that
Nivea.
Huh?
What do you say? Nivea could be a counter? Not really. No. I mean, maybe it was just like a nice matchup for
Maybe it being a counter to what?
Mel.
Mel.
Yeah.
I feel like the
think
R is the
so.
only thing, but like, yeah,
The
you have
R.
Q and E, right? Like, if you don't hit your Q,
mean,
then you're
I
not getting
wonder
your
if-
E.
It's awkward to say that it's a counter, but I don't think it's like a particularly bad matchup.
I wonder if the
Yeah,
E
yeah.
would be a crit or not based off if the enemy was. I would assume it's just a non-crit E, so it might not be
Mm.
that bad.
Yeah, you can see that.
But
But
yeah,
otherwise, like the rest of the team just got like dog walked. So
I mean,
I mean, regardless of the mid
I don't know
matchup,
how we ended
yeah.
up with there. I feel like
Mhm.
if you're against Owen, you probably shouldn't be blinding Yone.
Yep.
So that is a kind of a head scratcher. Honestly, I don't know what that was, but
That matchup isn't really the worst like early levels, but once I get to like level 8 or 9, it's pretty hard.
yeah,
I'm not a fan.
pretty sure you got ganked in those early levels. So, how can win?
Yeah.
Game 2.
League of Legends.
A little less of the Owen show, but still definitely good bit. I'm surprised I don't think I've ever seen this guy play Cho'Gath.
I mean, I
Right?
feel like Cho'Gath is in a really good spot
Yeah,
right
no,
now.
he's really good.
But this is not the build I was expecting on Cho'Gath. So
Was it the build you were
Well,
expecting on Milio?
I mean, okay, knowing
I was kinda
Pony,
expecting Although I think
I
she
mean-
usually builds Luyten, so I'm kind of surprised it was Storm.
okay, but like I'm pretty sure at a certain point Pony is like for funning. Like
Yeah.
you saw the Shaco against me. Like,
Hey, the
I'm
Shaco's
pretty sure
legit.
she's okay. Regardless of the point, like maybe she is playing like she's done it on Lulu. She's done it on Milio now. Like she's gonna play an interesting build. You can show the next screen and
Honestly, I'm surprised the Lulu ended up getting a win. But honestly, that damage is kind of crazy.
I mean, hey, Lulu is probably the best support in the game right now.
True.
No Kizzy.
Um,
Oh my god, guys, he said no Kizzy.
Rage bait.
we love Rage Bait. But yeah, and just kind of honestly standard FF game.
I don't know. It just
But I
feels
think they were
weird
roster
that
good
like
here.
they're losing like the Kate Milio into
Ooh,
Zyra Brakan. Oh, it is Zyra Khan. Okay, never mind. That makes sense.
yeah.
If they lose 2v2 once, they're just. I mean, knowing it's just gonna be a Fiesta ball lane.
Yeah.
So.
Once Kate's behind, it's how do you
Yeah.
play the game?
PV was similar, right? Or no? I feel like Owen probably destroys the PV difference.
Yeah, Owen's like a 4, maybe a 3.
I think he's
Who is
2.
this top lane Malphite? It's not Broncina, is it?
No. 6 G's.
I don't know his PV value. He's up there, but I don't. I don't think this is FF's best roster.
Yeah. Okay.
So, unlucky. Maybe they could perform better in future games because of this game count and all that. Next series. Ooh. I'm not a Jinx merchant. Trust me.
Dude, you're not beating the allegation.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you're
Clearly
correct, man.
performed.
I'm sorry.
Do not
You're
look at Mundo.
finished.
Do not look at Mundo. He did not carry the game.
I'm trying to find the series.
I was in all 3, so I will say we single-handedly dropped Ping Spam's Twitch KDA from 28 to, or not, kills per game from 28 to like 10.
I mean, again, you've rolled the wrong Agu, but
Yeah, honestly, that's kind of just how V8 feels sometimes.
wait, apparently this like matchup for top lane is like Astro Cancer for Mundo, so I'm very
that's
surprised.
what we
like,
said after the game. Where like that should
Yeah,
have been
it's
the case.
really bad for Mundo in isolation because Aatrox just takes off his initial CC immunity and then is.
I'm pretty sure
pretty
the Aatrox's first 3 deaths were all to Zyra ganks, and I imagine from that Mundo
that's
kind of just takes
crazy.
roll.
That is crazy.
Yeah, Zyra roots landed. Do with that what you will.
And you played Wukong mid. Like, was this upset or no?
Sorry, what?
Was this upset?
Like
one of
I think this is like a 20 point upset.
roster.
No, 20 point upset was MDFC. It's a semi upset, yeah.
Okay.
But
I mean,
yeah, that is
you.
Vade's
You're
best
not a
roster,
Jinx
man.
merchant.
Yeah, totally. Let's not look at the next few
I mean,
games, huh?
Sona does have more kills and assists, so I don't know what happened.
Moving on. Yeah, Caitlyn from behind. I know from experience.
You are not beating the. Yo, what happened to the Jinx? Where's the Jinx? Oh, it's on the enemy
It's
team.
on the enemy team. How did that happen? That's really weird. Yeah, Jinx. We didn't have anything to get on the Jinx. I think this game we played a lot of 4v4 without the Ornn. We needed the Ornn. We should have put Wukong solo lane. Like the one time we did have the Ornn, we actually won the fight, and Viego got to pop off. It was 4v5 too because I died because I got sniped by like 10 different abilities. So I think if we play that game a little better, comp wise, it could have been okay, but yeah, I not my best weekend. Cannot lie. Happens. Don't look. I somehow beat Ritty. Oh, wait, no. How many deaths do you have on the? Oh, you had 10 deaths.
10.
Didn't you? No way. I'm cooked. It's over.
Hey, my deaths for good deaths.
Oh,
Still wasn't.
yeah. Were they?
Your deaths were just all bad deaths.
Ooh.
So
unlucky.
Take some notes, buddy.
Hey, my one death led to a 4v5 team fight that we won.
Mm.
So I got at least
Okay,
one
so
death.
you have one good death.
Yeah.
All those deaths are all bad deaths.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
Actually, he hasn't even played the game, so.
I haven't played, man. I'm catching
How many series have you played?
crazy rage bait. Crazy rage bait. Huh?
How many series have you played? 3?
Like what?
1?
3?
3? Yeah. Oh,
Has
it's
it
good.
actually only been 1?
No, it's
No, it
three.
hasn't only been one. He's rage baiting,
All
man.
right. Yeah, my bad.
Rage baiting.
Yeah, it's like the
Lock
first
in.
3 and it's all losses.
Yeah, you're really funny, bro.
But yeah, Wukong pick didn't work out this time. But like, I'm pretty sure we did
It's
not
just
want to
such
pick
a
this
hard
Wukong.
brand game, too. It's
Yeah, the
such
brand-
a hard brand game.
Yeah, it's a really hard brand game. I mean,
I think
Brand 5 is like really negative value this game, I think.
I mean, all you can do realistically is just hope you can play like permabot side, right? But
yeah, pretty
even
much.
then, like, I would rather you like, I don't know, any like AOE like mage would have been better than Brand. I mean, you have to hit like combos.
I think things like even the Lux.
You don't have any zone control
just-
on Brand, not much. Like you can W zone, but yeah, Zyra, Lux, all the decent
committing
damage.
for the lane kills instead of just
Mhm,
poke.
yeah.
But V8 played pretty well. They definitely stepped up from the last game. Maybe they thought, with a lower roster, it'd be free. No, Agu actually played the game, I guess, as well. You know, that's
Yeah.
always a bummer. This game started pretty well. We actually got Pike through for once, and I started 3-1. I think it was 3-5. Not too far later after that.
And then the Amumu or the 4-man on Amumu into getting
Wamo
Yeah,
combo,
I'm gonna be
That was
honest.
game over insta from that.
No. Yeah.
It wasn't in a good spot for us after before that.
Your Diana ran it down.
I mean, this bill is just terrible, like in all
Oh.
fronts. Like,
Yeah, like. Okay, let's just say Fimbulwinter's good, right? Now let's just say for a second that Fimbulwinter isn't bad on Diana, even though her only form of CC is her ulti, and it does not synergize with her kit whatsoever. Why are you full buying the Fimbulwinter
I mean,
no tier?
this game really just depends on like if Viego can reset. Now, like, what DPS do you have? You can barely hit front. As Kaisa. I mean, honestly, I think you should have went the
full crib build?
the Shiv ER. No, I don't think you ever
No,
went
the
the
Shiv,
build
the
ER.
Shiv
Yeah,
Essence
sorry.
Reaver.
I know you're fed, but like, sure, maybe you just wanted to play for the killing. But I mean, at a certain point, I think you just had to go the Shiv ER build.
Just the W put? Wait, shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think you do.
I didn't
you
know
have
about
to.
that build actually. So
Okay.
I
don't think
assumed
you
it
get to
was
play the game
still
unless
Shiv
you're
into-
like-
I know.
Retake
Yeah,
build
I know
that.
Miko likes it, but or I don't know
last-
if Miko likes it, but he said it's good.
Last I knew it was Shiv Rage full AP. So that's definitely an interesting.
There's some like Korean player that goes like Shiv ER into like Shadow Flame and then full AP right after that.
And I swear I
Yeah.
hate the Shiv item, but like. I'll
No,
definitely have
I
to
mean
give it a try.
I don't blame you, but it's just like
it is
eventually
400
you
gold
do it.
cheaper for like the same stats as Kraken, which is kind of crazy.
Kraken does the funny third out of boom.
Yeah, I think this like Diana is just negative value to your team,
Yeah.
and then
TV.
Viego can't really. Yeah, Viego can't really play the game without like any resets. So it really just came down to like if you balling can like actually just get resets for Viego and just play the game from that. But
Yeah, and
it is what it is.
it was kind of pretty much the entire game encapsulated in like the first dragon fight where I want to say Hui flashed away from the Viego W at like super low HP and would have been a reset, and instead we all died for nothing. So just unlucky. Maybe some drafting to be better or whatever. But well played to V8. I hate you, TV, but also you're the GOAT.
Glaze.
Hey man,
I'm just saying.
rage bait.
Yeah.
Billy. I mean,
Billy in the biometric show.
yeah, I mean, well, actually, I'm pretty sure this game was Billy and Darkle like ran the early game. I think they got like 6 kills by like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm surprised how consistent Darko has been playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been playing really
But
good.
he's like Plat Emerald, right? Or
Yeah.
Plat.
And like we were talking about, I don't know if it was us, but somebody was talking
Like-
about how he's only like gonna play Hui and Akali, so he should be blind picking. But like this is on Victor. Not the hardest champ, but like he's showing more champs too.
Yeah, I think his Hui in particular has been really nice to look at for me. I think his Hui is definitely above the level that I thought it would be. He's really consistent on it. He can stonewall well on it. He does good stuff in team fights. Obviously, he misses a few spells here and there, but that's okay, right? Like it's excusable. Happens. But yeah, and I don't know why
That's
NS. Why is it NS, bro? I just realized. Okay, kind of bugging me.
Because Hame is stupid. I don't know, man.
Okay, well, good enough answer.
I think he just didn't like NC. Or
It's
if there was
Interesting.
something, I can't remember.
interesting. Were you gonna say something already? I think I stopped.
No, nothing. Well,
Okay.
actually, I was gonna say just Kaiser Lulu, but I mean, if it works, it works.
Wait, that is
So-
kind of crazy. I didn't even realize that.
Lulu's what, denial pick, I assume, for the Jinx?
I mean, either way, Biomatrix went the
The old build.
hybrid build, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, all Billy had to do is like pretty much like start a fight, and it's kind of won from
That's
there.
true.
Yeah.
It's just true.
23 out of 28 KP is pretty solid, I'd say.
Yes, sir.
Sursky.
But yeah, good game for Darkle. Pretty good. Better than his brother, that's for sure.
Okay. Oh, shit. Okay.
This is that graph, right? Oh yeah. This one. Oh man, there's some pretty interesting fights. Nocturne Lulu, interesting combo. Never considered it. It's like a worse version of Nocturne Oriana. But they got like 2
Wait, what?
4-man knockups with it.
Wait, really? That's
Yeah.
how they played it?
I don't know how it happened, but they got it twice.
What?
Why?
Why though?
I mean, I don't know if
Like
that
at a
was the
certain point,
intention,
all you
but,
have to
like,
do on Nocturne is just make sure you peel the Pantheon off, or just
Yeah.
cause chaos where the backline can't really know what's happening.
They did it top lane on
Wait,
tier
what?
2 and then in the
That's
base.
great.
Like,
Wait, that's so cool, but at the same time, like, what? Like,
I'll definitely have to.
hey, if it worked,
clip of it
maybe.
later.
I mean, this is one of the teams that like I know just permascrims on repeat, and I mean, if it works, it works. But
Yeah.
I personally, I'm not gonna scrim, so
Whoa.
you know.
You hate your team?
I'm not gonna scream.
Dude, that's such a good impression.
Hey, look at me, I'm Hwasal. I'm still losing on normal ping.
Yeah,
I haven't even played yet.
There's bait.
Uh,
Bait.
actually, speaking of scrimming, do you scrim Luyten or no?
I have only played like flex games with my team. I haven't played much with my team.
Okay, well that's like not scrimming.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
straight up scrimming
we did
is like.
one scrim, and I think I only played one game. And
But I know
the
PP and
other ace
NS
in my
have been
team
like
played it.
perma scrimming on repeat. Like I would see these guys in their team call, and I would just see like.
Our team has done 2 scrims. I want to say I've played one game of those scrims.
Interesting. I
Oh,
mean, this
sorry.
is one of the teams that like perma scrims, and
Kind
I know
showing.
Billy was like, unironically being like very concise and to the point, and just making sure like he can calm. So it's working. So glad the team is doing well.
It was a good game from Blue.
Probably favorite for
Keep
winning
waving
the
us
entire
today.
thing right now, right? They have the most points. So.
They've shifted to my favorite now. They're essentially what I was calling GT before. Unfortunately, GT. I don't know what happened to him.
They had like some like mid slumps. So who
Yeah.
knows?
Realistically, I think there's like 8 teams that could win the whole thing. It kind of just depends on who's playing best when playoffs come around. But if playoffs were now, yeah, probably NS.
Yep.
Not too controversial, I would say, but we'll save that for later. I think Smolder had a pretty good game. I think Vel'Koz isn't a great pick here, but did pretty good for the pick. Yeah,
Oh,
that's about it.
wise words.
almost clutched on the Smolder in multiple various fights. Like they got the Nocturne Lulu combo almost cleaned house, but then Smolder AoE was disgusting. Got
Yeah,
a quad, I
really
think.
was unfortunate. Like,
Something like that. But another Biomatrix also been playing really, really well, honestly. So glad to see that. Mouth Breathers did manage to get a win with that double iron roster. This one was
this one was against Leg though, but yeah,
Whoa.
they did.
Huh? What do you mean by that? You gonna stand by that?
What? Yeah,
Wait,
I'll
what?
stand by it.
I mean,
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fair.
I'm sorry. I mean, like it's just been like
I don't
Not
know.
like
Like,
they-
why'd
like, they
why'd
don't
you say
really
that like
wanna
it was like
play.
a?
It's not
No, why'd you say that like it was like a heinous thing? No. Wait. I actually got jump scared. Like, why'd you say that like it was like the most like outrageous thing for me to say? Like, it's
I
not
thought
like
you were
some
saying it's
S-tier
like
team.
my team or something. Like, I mean, they haven't been playing well. Like,
fair,
I
but-
feel like it's.
I
Dude, I thought I was in trouble, bro. I thought I was like I thought I was back in like middle
would you
school
say
getting in
that,
trouble
man?
because my kid.
Wait, what game is this? Bane game?
Is this the Viego? This is Gumby on Viego, yeah.
Yeah.
And like I did
The
not believe
20 kill game.
The Yito and Majin had a really good game that like really enabled it to go late, and then the Viego resets went crazy. And honestly, not a bad
Yes,
game
it
from
was-
the Irons. It was a rough early game, but the mid game wasn't bad at all. Played pretty well and presumably
I
coordinated
mean,
the team quite well.
if this is like one of the team, like I know Leg's team doesn't really have the best ball, like probably the weakest balling core. So
That sounds
in the
right,
league.
yeah.
So, I mean, if there's a team that is a good pairing, it's probably MBR. So, it's just unfortunate, like, Diego or Gumby just shat on them so hard that they couldn't win. But it was a good performance from the side of Leg.
Yeah.
So it wasn't.
No, it was a Viego version.
Oh.
What are your thoughts on the build?
I mean, again, like, everything's fine besides, I just think Titanic is just so weird into this build, but
Yeah. Seems
if Gumby's used to it, like, hey,
That's
more
fair. If
power
people like
to
the
them.
auto reset that much, I could see
Yeah.
wanting to build it more.
I
often.
I just feel like at a certain point you're just playing for ability, auto. So, but yeah, again, it's just up to preference when you're that fed.
But yeah, long game, pretty fun to watch.
Mhm.
Gumby's that trio is pretty solid. Not gonna glaze Gumby. Could not carry this game. Leeson, not the choice. He had a pretty good early game, but
Hey, it's still Baron.
like he did still. Well, okay. I feel like it was donated to him.
It was donated. I don't know what
But
Fear was
we'll take
thinking,
those.
but hey, he'll take those. But again, it was just denied the inevitable. So
Yeah.
you know, it was just like such a bad game.
Don't know why we're jumping out of Baron Pit. Even if there was a Leeson mark on you, you probably just try to jump away and get out of range. Or
I mean, I think you just like Q-Smite on Kha'Zix,
Q-Smite,
but
yeah.
again, like it is what it is. Time to on the Gregonia.
good performance from you.
It feels such an awkward game. I don't know if like Gummy just wanted to play something different. just have fun.
Probably. I'm interested to see him playing jungle
Because like
twice.
there kind of isn't much. I wouldn't say there's much playoff implication since what I mean. We can go at the end of the but like Legend of the Leg is pretty much
They're
like out
kinda
of it
locked out,
unless because like the bottom two teams compared to like the other 6 teams in Pool 2 is like pretty much you have to win out.
I don't think anybody's locked out yet, but like there's
I mean,
teams that are
yeah,
gonna have to
it
play
just feels
perfect
like
from here on out, essentially.
yeah.
Because there's 6 matches left, so you could get up to 18 points,
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
which is more than everybody but 2 teams. But
Mhm.
is that going to happen from FF or Leg? No. So they're already 5 points behind GT, who's 6th, That's rough. Group 1, definitely a little more interesting on the playoff race, but I
Yeah.
think the pool 2 is a little solidified, unfortunately.
Glad to see that like Fear's playing like more selfishly instead of playing more like utility, so it's working out.
Yeah, it was a pretty good
And
game
then
plan.
also Fish Sticks also having like a pretty good performance. So yeah, it just also feels weird that Nico is not doing that well. Like,
Yeah, and
but
Top
again,
having a pretty good game, too.
Yate is like what they're also their like R2 pick or
yeah,
like
he's High Masters
he's like,
player, from my understanding.
oh
And
really?
Nivea OTP as well.
Oh, really?
Wait,
What?
it's their R1 player?
No. He's a High Masters player, sorry. I don't think he's their R1.
No, but like when was he drafted on Malfoy? Because
Oh.
I know Gumby
Yeah,
was
Gumby's like not.
was
he would be.
allowed in with like
He might be their R1. Yeah, he is their R1.
okay. Damn. Okay. Then I'm not that surprised about like the parent, but again, like Nico being like legs. I mean, they had the last pick of R1 and the first pick of R2. They took
Yep.
Fear and Nico, but even then, it just
No.
feels
Fear-
sad because
Fear
like
was
I
R3.
love Mid Jungle dude.
The
Yeah.
R1 was actually the captain's duo, I think. I don't know his league name, but his shots for tots. Fear was R3.
Really? Okay. Damn.
I think round 3 is where you needed the point limit.
Yeah, but
so,
I
like,
mean,
kind of makes sense. But
Fear for an R3 player is not even that bad.
yeah.
Okay. That's crazy.
Moving on, game 3. Leg does end up pulling it out. Nico does perform on this one, I'd say.
Glad to see leg on top.
What? Oh,
Fish
wait.
Sticks
Is this...
also doing well.
Oh,
on
Gumby
no.
Pike's support game, right?
Yeah. And this is another one. The graph looks inversed, but it's not.
Yeah, Fear got Baron stolen from him again this game.
Yeah. It wasn't as
That's
egregious
okay.
this time, was it?
He just didn't have smite, so it was a
That's-
Oh, yeah. He didn't
That's
smite, so he
crazy.
took it
Leg
to the
wins
wall.
this game, but I mean,
Yeah.
Nico just like getting ASOL and then
Yeah, they just
it's
saw that
just
game
like the
so
hyper
long.
carry mid play and like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. Aesol mid is really unbalanced. But
Wait,
you
how
never
did
listened to me.
How did Fear lose smite against?
He didn't have
Iggy?
smite up. No. It was
Okay.
stolen by a Syndra.
Okay.
He
I was
lost
supposed
smite
to
to-
say it. I was like, damn.
He's
We
not-
gotta
he's
work
not
on
that
those
cooked.
smites, man.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just early in Soul. Honestly, like that champ is not fair, like you said, and I think it's Nico's best champ at this point.
I really want to know what the comms are.
In
Gumby.
a
You have-
GCS setting, I do think the Aesol is probably like one of the most unbalanced champs. Like, because he's a guaranteed win con, and games are pretty much guaranteed to last past 23, 24 minutes, which is like his timer-wise, that's around his sweet spot where he starts actually ramping up.
I think against the better teams it won't work as well, but like the bottom ones for sure.
Against the higher points for sure, but I mean,
yeah, good point.
yeah, like as you can clearly see, like against the lower points where like, you know, they can't really pressure leads as hard, etc., right? Like things will end up a bit better.
But yeah,
for sure.
despite another loss, really fun from both breathers. Interesting to see the Gumby shift to support. It looked a lot better than the last time they swapped Iggy to jungle. So maybe they can keep cooking on these role swaps.
You'd hope so.
And Tom Tua wasn't mid this time. I think the Malphite was pretty okay. I don't know where we are. Honestly, it's Sunday at this point. We got more? Oh, we got more.
We have Ritty's team.
Ritty. This
The Briar Rift
Briar
Herald
tech.
incident game.
Yeah.
What do you mean incident? That was planned.
It's tech.
Yeah,
Tag,
planned
thank
my
you, thank you.
ass, bro. Planned my ass.
Oh no, I just really wanted to play Briar.
But yeah, I think this is another one of those games where you're talking about how, like, either you are doing good or your team is doing good. And
Yeah.
Gar had an okay game, but it was mainly you for a while.
I mean, again, I'm like anyone would set up, I'll just play. So it worked out.
Yeah. I think Tubby had a pretty okay game, but it was just rough for a little bit. Although the gold graph doesn't really show it. I guess 9-2 Briar would make the gold graph a bit
Yeah, I had like
Aggression.
5K gold up on like
Yeah,
everyone.
that's a lot of kills there.
It was a fun game. It was a fun game,
Fun
but
game.
I think I've realized the meta in GCS, like the jungler has, or sorry, if the highest player has the tools to actually make the fight instead of perma farming, maybe like we can make something happen, get some kills
You tell
instead
me.
of trusting onto. Maybe
What if
Scuffy
we,
was
what if we
right.
let Death March engage?
Oh, it's been working, just not on the Bard.
Oh, okay, no bard. All right, I'll write that down.
Well, I mean, it was as Hwasal said in the previous slide, like Asol is just really good in these like games because like the game is never cleanly shut out unless like you're playing against like the best roster. I mean, this is technically one of our better rosters. It's just our bot lane pairing is like a little different.
Strain Brissy, I assume. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be like Bouncy and Shawarma. But even then, like the game was still pretty like messy from everyone. Like I wanted to fight because I'm just have the adrenaline rush. Like we were just winning everything till the team wasn't there as 5 at the initial start. So again, like that's why I think Asol is just really good. Again, like Viego is just always gonna be, I mean, um what is it? The world
World
on
Orders.
Viego.
Oh, the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean he's a top lane main, I've heard, so it was like
Yeah.
okay.
I think that's what
Oh.
used to be known as Earthen. Pretty good top
okay.
laner. So I don't know if
Uh,
he first left officially to jungle or what the deal.
Speaking of this team, did they get a replacement for Jin Jungle then, or no?
Isn't it? Not Heiko. Hyun. I thought no.
Oh,
Is
it
it
was
Hyun?
Hyun. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
it's
Hyun.
Hyun.
Okay. It's
That's an upgrade. I'd say that's
okay.
I mean,
Mentally, that's
mentally.
mentally it's an
that's an
upgrade.
upgrade. But I don't know about jungle wise. Like,
Yeah.
Jungle wise, it's probably a downgrade. I don't know by how much though, but
Well,
I mean,
didn't we? He
yeah,
played the next 2 games. Yeah.
yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I don't think he was just ready to play. So yeah, because
Well,
we had to wait in lobby for a bit.
he did.
Oh, the
Out
lane
jungle.
swap incident.
Ritty, I would say. Gar, Gar did not expect a lane swap. I'll say that. He
Yeah.
did like 3 times in 5 minutes.
3 times in like 2 minutes. Yeah, it
Wow.
was not pretty.
Um,
But I mean, there was like a certain comeback, like as you can see in the gold, but at a certain point we get outscaled. So it's just real unlucky. Like, yeah, initially we got the gold lead, but that's also saying like, oh yeah, Smolder hasn't like hit his spikes. Lilia's also just farming, so we're just on a mega timer, and we have an MF, and this is kind of the reason why I think MF is very fake in these leagues.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
honestly, though, pretty smart from 2, and definitely a game that's giving Edmonton his #1 DPM.
Yeah. Again, like I would draft this team comp again in like a comp setting if everyone's the same rank, but yeah, it's just unlucky that we're just on a timer, so we just get outscaled. And they got every single Drake. Like I wanted to play Grubs, so oh well.
Wait, every Drake, but did they lane swap back for Drake timer? Or
Yeah, they did, but I think they were still top for the first Grubs. It's just that Lilia.
Yeah, they were. They for the first scrubs they were top and they swapped back. I think.
But Lilia just had like a bad timer and died, and then I just got Grubs.
Okay, I guess
Yeah.
that makes sense then.
Yeah.
But just
Yeah.
Smolder.
Smolder value similar to Acel value, I'd say. Puts
I'd-
enemies on a timer, right?
Still don't understand Smolder builds. I don't understand this champ, but
What do you mean? It's simple.
Hubris.
Big damage, big nuke, big win.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently people are going like hubris with
Yeah,
like
it's really common. I just don't get it.
No, it was still common for like the update, but it was like yo hubris with Hob. That's what someone was telling me to go into the Mel matchup if I ever do it
That
again.
was me.
Am I going to play? Oh yeah, it was you. Yeah, I'm not going to play smaller again anyways. But like,
I don't think it's probably the best way to
but
play
I
in
feel like
Mel,
you have to play fast. You have to
Yeah.
play off that. But again, like Smolder in this game, like if we can't like facilitate like a dive onto Smolder like pre 25, and we're just gonna do nothing with our gold lead, then like yeah, we're gonna get like outscaled. Like we
Yeah.
got straight up outscaled after we tried to go for a pick. We got killed. We lost tier 1, almost tier 2, and then Dragon is like yeah, it's kind of over.
And
Our
you
combat mechanic is kind of fixed at
missed
that
out on
point.
some marks that would have probably helped out your early game,
Yeah,
especially with
yeah.
vertical juggling. So
Yep, that was pretty sad. I did have the most assists, and I still didn't get many marks, so unfortunate.
pretty good from Hune. Maybe better than Tara. Oh wait, Tara beat you. Oh,
Hey, I hate you.
Rage bait.
Yeah, I
Never
mean, we
did.
switched to jungle matchup.
Yeah.
Like, I just assumed like
took each
he
other's
had only
shit.
played Lilia, so I was like, I might as well just play Lilia and just like kind of play it.
Also, just like, how do you get this Sivir pick? Feels so good as well.
Yeah, I mean, just realized like any scaling ADC is just really good. So
Hey. Jinx.
yeah, the Luyten special.
Ooh, Strand's getting Jinx pins. Love to see it. He's just like me. Who's this Urgot? That's
Ellie XO.
Oh,
I did not know she
oh,
peaked
yeah.
diamond. I thought she was straight up plat emerald.
Yeah, she-
Like
legit almost.
no,
first game
she's
around.
like she played really good the first time we played them too. I was like, damn, like am I missing something? So I mean props to her. She like actually
multi-role beast.
carried. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, the
Uh,
bot lane also played very well. I mean,
This wasn't the guard tilt game. That was the other one. Yeah.
yeah.
Or I guess he was probably still
Uh,
maybe a little tilted after lane swap, but
Yeah.
don't think it was bad.
I mean, this time we tried to make like measures into lane swap because we honestly didn't expect anyone to lane swap. So,
Yeah, I'm surprised the team
um,
did, honestly.
yeah,
But yeah, just honestly a pretty clean game from you guys. Maybe
yeah.
not
I mean,
cleanest.
again, like they're kind of on they have to force stuff. So if not, like we're just gonna scale, and we kind of just scaled and got everything, guarded his job of just like making sure to get every kill top, and then Yoon just kept on forcing, or Forrest kept on forcing everything, and just kept on getting picked. So it was just like very unlucky from mid jungle from their side, and then Edmonton couldn't really get any stacks and just kind of fell behind.
Yeah, like
And when
turnovers
we
everywhere.
decided to ban Smolder. We just said like
Yeah,
just take
it's
them
fine.
off everything. Like at a certain point, we just said yeah, just remove it all.
Did you ban the? Oh yeah, you just triple banned it. Oh man, poor guy.
Yeah.
Rough.
Mhm.
But for that, he's been performing well deserved. So
Yeah.
fair enough. Where are we at? Are we? Oh, we're done with the games. Okay.
We're done. Yippee!
Big. All right, ready? You want to explain yourself?
Oh,
Sure. Okay, so as you can see, I put NS on top. I feel like there are the front runners of winning. Actually, let me try to explain my tiering system. I'm gonna do S is like basically playoff like first seed hopefuls. A tier is basically playoff locks. B tier is like playoff, or sorry, A tier is like
Upper
upper
bracket?
locks. Yeah.
Yeah.
B tier is like basically playoff lock, and C tier is like on the edge, and then D tier is basically like they're done. Like they're I don't think they're ever making it, regardless of the point. But yeah, starting with S tier, NC, NS, whatever you want to say. How do you say his name?
Hamea.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know what he did, but yeah, I feel like they've just been on a roll. I mean, it's just the billion biomatrix show just trying to carry. I mean, obviously, the rest of the team is playing well, so and with their kind of consistent scrimming, I think they're playing well. I'm gonna put my team second. I mean, I think we've already upsetted Power Pounders once, and I mean, it wasn't even our best roster, and I was playing support, so I don't care. Difference my son, so he sucks ass. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He always loses to me. So yeah.
Hate to see
And then
it.
obviously, I mean, regardless of the point, like I still think Bartenders is a good team.
They're
Like
scrimming.
their bot lane core is just a very strong team, unless like a team can neutralize it.
It seems like S tier is
Um,
for scrimming. S stands for S or some.
yo, you're not scrimming. Hwasal
That's
can
why I said
sub in
or
for
some.
me.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, now getting to the weird spot of like AWB because I didn't really know about like how much Kittler's trolling on this team, but if Kittler isn't trolling and Reborn takes like the majority of all the jungle games, I think this team is basically a playoff lock or a low S tier team. Like they should be pretty much like a playoff lock as long as Kittler doesn't troll or boom his team.
What if Woof Woof is mid or killer? Because they have
Then it's
Polaris
cooked.
as well. Is that their better
Okay,
option?
I just don't remember like how many games. I'm not gonna go into it. I don't want to waste too
Yeah.
much time. But yeah, it really just depends like if Kittler is for funning or is like actually like, okay, I actually should be the sub jungler slash mid laner and just let my team play the game.
Yeah.
Because I think on paper that team is very strong. It just feels like Kittler's mental moving his team for zero. Um Going on to V8,
Sounds all right.
I think V8's been a sleeper, even though like people are like, oh yeah, they're still pretty good. But again, it just depends mainly on Agu if he stops coin flipping every single game. Maybe I'm too harsh on him, but I've seen that guy in comp and he's been playing decently. So it just depends on if VA can just find like a consistent like ground. And I don't know how many games Riley has, so
He's like
it just
two
depends on the.
series.
Yeah, okay, then they're fine, right? And I also have like the lowest PV or highest.
Highest PV.
Well, okay,
Their second highest
yeah,
PV in
highest
our
P.
group at
Yeah,
least.
yeah, which is a good thing, right?
Yes.
So yeah. Glue Factory. I think you guys, Luyten, are pretty good for the most part. I mean, standings wise and everything. So, and I'm gonna say since it's a pool two, I think pool one is easier. So,
Whoa. Honestly, yeah. Well, I'm sorry
I
to.
mean, who
I feel like
knows?
we're
I mean,
saying.
initially I thought pool one was harder too. Like I was talking to TV about it. But yeah, I think you guys are lower A, basically. Play upper bracket locked. And then now for B tier, I think. Okay, GT.
Might be a little harsh to him, but
Yeah, I know. I know they're 3 and 5, but it just depends. Like if Kessler can roll it back around and stop, like maybe like take the lead on the team. So I would say B tier. Same thing with WoW with like Happier Cat once she's back. Maybe she can also like lead the team into victory. So I also think it should be like a pretty um easy way of like either getting that fourth seed or like at least getting that like maybe at worst like their fifth seed, right? Because again, you guys are pretty much top heavy.
yeah.
You have 5 decent teams, but it just depends on like which team goes into that
Yeah, I think the
bottom spot.
contesting for that fourth spot's going to be big in our
Yeah,
group.
yeah. But I think as yeah, it just depends like on that like who wants to be that fifth seed spot or fourth seed spot. World orders, I mean, I think if they were in the pool one group, just because of the top heavy teams, they probably would be the sixth seed. But like they're basically like locked in for like third, fourth, just because of mouth breeders trying to get in their Iron Players games in right now. So it's just waiting on that, and then I think Gumby will and mouth breeders will be fine. And another thing for the world orders is like I think the forest for Jin Jungle is still a decent upgrade. So yeah, it just depends on like if Force is allowed to play on other roles because he is not primarily a jungler unless that was the deal made. Do you know, Lynn?
I'm not sure on the details of that. So,
Okay. I don't even know what Force's main role is. I just know he plays like a different role every split.
yeah.
Mid
Oh,
support, probably.
really? It's support? I thought it was like top or AD. Okay.
I don't know, man. Hey, if
Um,
we have 4 different roles on what his main role is, he probably just plays everything. I do know for a fact that his jungle is probably his worst role, though, at least from what I'm aware. So
yeah.
They do have a plat jungler, and I don't think Alioxo plays jungle, unfortunately. So he might be their main jungler,
Yeah.
regardless of if he is better in other roles.
Yeah. Again, mouth breeders, just a Gumby show. Just depends on like if he can carry his team and just make minimized mistakes. Because if he dies, like entire tempo shift. Subtly inting just because of the it's a top heavy team and like it just really depends if O7 just wants to lock in. They should be the 6th seed unless like somehow they take over WoW. But they already played their 2 series against WoW, right?
I think they beat WoW 2-1 Sunday. Yeah.
Okay, so they played their
Um,
both series. Like they will never play them again in
yeah,
the round robin.
they went 1-1 with WoW.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, realistically, SI should be the 6th seed. It just depends if like the O7 like dark horse randomly happens.
I
But
believe.
yeah, Laguna's team. I don't know what Laguna's doing, but you know what? Like, hey, weak side Owen. If it works, it works. Legend of Leg. Personally, I think Fear can turn this around and like the team, but it just depends if they have the motivation to like turn it around. Like maybe they just have to sit down and be like, "Hey, bot lane, like this is what you should do and what you shouldn't do, and etc." It just depends on their motivation. Oh 07, I don't believe in you, Hwasal. I think you're dog shit.
yeah. Nice rage, man.
I mean, again, like you're now on the 200 ping grind, so it's definitely a nerf. So just depends on that and
I
Molly
tried
and
playing a little bit. It's a bit rough, but yeah, I'll talk about it
yeah,
more when I get to my tier list.
sure. Molly, I don't know. I don't know what the hell is happening on that team. I didn't know a single person on that team till we did the review. And then finally, Floppa, Freaky Floppas, Broncina. What the hell did you draft, man? Like, Pony's a homie, but Pony should not be around one pick. I mean, generally support shouldn't be around one picks, but unless you just have a good pairing, like I guess you get an illegal draft like different. So, but yeah, that's basically my tier list.
Yippee.
Pretty nothing too crazy, honestly. I think we'll see
Yeah,
that
I don't think it's
with
anything
its
outrageous.
I think the only thing
comparison.
is like the AWB just being that high, but it
Yeah,
just depends on like this is pre knowing about the mental boom. I just know they're on a loss streak. I just didn't know they were like okay, Kittler's like hostaging at a certain point.
yeah.
So
Maybe some people would keep GT and A as well, and
yeah, I
there's a
mean
couple here
GT
and there.
is 3 and 5. They are 6th seed right
Yeah,
now.
that is true.
I
It is
am
kind of hard to put
sorry,
them in
you
A.
cannot overhype that. I like. I mean, honestly, I was debating on putting like low B, but I'm still gonna put like GT high just because of like quote unquote not playing their highest point roster or highest lowest point. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah,
Like the breadth roster. So yeah,
but otherwise, I'd agree, and I think for the most part, Hwasal would agree. So we'll
I
see
would
what he's
agree.
got.
Okay. Mine's a bit more evenly spread, I guess. But that aside, I do have. I mean, it's mostly similar to Ritty. Like I'd say slowly Inting could move up to B. It's like bottom of B, but I have Nova Crystal, whatever that name is, Hamea's team. Sorry, my bad. I don't remember, but obviously they're the front runners of the league, right? They're playing really good. I think they have a really well built roster. Billy is obviously doing great. Hamea is also doing good as well, and the rest of his team is doing fantastic as well. Those are just the 2 players that I know. Sorry if I didn't mention you guys. Summit Admins, Ritty's team is. I think initially you guys looked bad, right, Ritty? Because you guys lost your first
well, yeah.
2
I mean,
series.
I mean, again, I'm nothing against Vertel, but like it was just such a bad addition, just having like another jungler on the team, and then we just got
Yeah.
so
Makes sense.
it,
But you
it,
guys did have that upset
we
against
did not
Poro
have our
Pounders.
high tier top laner either, so it all
Yeah, gotcha. That makes sense. But yeah, you guys did have that upset against Poro Pounders, so I put you above them, obviously. I have faith that you guys can beat him again. According to you, you are Different's father. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if Different agrees with said opinion, but we'll
He's never
see, I
lost
guess.
me comp. Or
Yeah,
I've
Poro
never lost
I've
Pounders.
seen his Twitch account name. I think he might agree.
That's crazy. Poro Pounders is right below, obviously. Only reason why is because they lost to you guys. I think, like, realistically, if they didn't get upset, I'd just put them
I
above
mean, they
you.
lost me on
Sure.
support. That just says enough.
Yeah, I think that should say enough as well. But they do have different Levi, which is that's the best bot lane in the league, right? It should be.
Should be easily.
Not it's me and Strand.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, bro. You're so funny, actually.
Well,
After the trades, it's gonna be me and Ritty. So
down.
Yeah. But and then right after that, we move on to A tier. The tiering system itself, I didn't really like organize it thought-wise like I did with like Ritty did with his. I mostly just like did it off of vibes and just like kind of ranked them based on like what I thought the power levels were. So I don't have any like thoughts or implications on playoffs with the tiers or anything like that. But I guess like if I were to sum it up right now, S would obviously be the favorites. A would be like the teams that will make it far. B is probably guaranteed playoffs and will probably do decent. And then C and D is like XD. So yeah. But anyway, front runner of A, I would say is V8. I think the team is really good actually. I don't know how many games Very Less Nervous played, but even still, I think the team is pretty well balanced for the most part. I think Bubbles compared to the point value that they have can be really good at times as well. And they're gold, right?
technically, yeah, I think so.
Technically, yeah, but they do definitely have games, not moments, like games where they play like an Emerald player like consistently throughout the game. So I think they're definitely worth way above their point value, I would say. And then I think Glue Factory and Mouth Beaters is interchangeable in terms of ranking in and of itself. Only reason why I put Glue Factory above Mouth Beaters, I would say, is because Mouth Beaters is like, especially with them like trying to get in the Iron Players games right now, it's a bit rough. And I do think like in the end the team is very Gumby reliant, right? And I think Glue Factory is a bit more what's the word?
Average.
Pretty hum
Or-
Yeah, like more like diversely spread out in
Yeah,
terms
yeah.
of skill, right? Like, but like evenly spread. Yeah,
Yeah, that's how I'd say the same.
yeah. I think that's how I'd make the comparison. But I think if you look at it from like a just overall power, they're probably even. I just prefer a more like spread out team in terms of skill, more so than I do like a high highs and low lows team personally.
Especially coming from comp, like you just want to play with people you have trust in the same skill level.
Yeah, I think so. Like this isn't solo queue, right? You're actually talking with people, and so my preference is Glue Factory, but I'd say overall it's around the same. World Order. I don't know too much about the team, but I think with the introduction of Hyun and how well he does in jungle and possibly other roles, I mean, yeah, I think they could be decent. They're what? They're guaranteed third or fourth, right? I believe.
What?
Or
Who
am I looking at
two?
it wrong?
They're fourth right now. They're technically they have the tiebreaker against Lacuna's team,
Oh
but
yeah.
Yeah,
or wait, do they? I don't think
they
they
should.
do.
Oh wait, do they
It's just
not?
they have an extra point. That's why two has.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, with Mouthbeaters trying to get in the Iron games right now, right? Like they could go up to third depending
Yeah.
on how they do in their games. So, I mean,
They did 2-0 Laguna, so they will.
yeah, and they do
Probably
have the
be there.
tiebreaker above Lacuna, so they should be guaranteed fourth and possibly third. I don't think they're going to second or first, obviously. I don't think they're taking over Summit Admins or Poro Pounders, but I do think they can take over Mouthbeaters while Mouthbeaters are putting in the Iron games. So yeah. And then next we have WoW. I think this team without Happier Cat or Hyper Dragon is actually like a headless horse or headless chicken, or whatever the phrase is. English is not my first language. My apologies. But it kind of just feels like without either Happier Cat or Hyper Dragon, they kind of just lose direction in the game, and so like their only shot caller slash like leader in the team is Death, and Death is a support player, so they don't really have a consistent carry player on the team. Not to mention Death, when he's in charge and doesn't really have somebody to like pull him back a little bit, can be
On a
a
leash.
bit yeah, on a leash. Like he can be a bit
Hey,
heinous
don't
with some of
worry.
the
The
plays,
nice
but
ego special. We've all played with that before.
yeah. So yeah, with the him on a leash, he can be a bit rough to play with. I think he can make some pretty crazy shot calls or plays, but so if they keep not putting in Hyper Dragon or Happier Cat or both, I guess, I like their current track record could look to be even worse than it is currently, I guess. Or their future track record could look to be even worse than it is currently. But I mean, they should put in Hyper Dragon or Happier Cat, and then they'll probably be fine. Okay, so AWB, like, nah, I swear they're just trolling. I don't know. Like Yoshi is straight up running it down top lane. I'm sorry, but like the series that I watched, like this guy was legit just trolling for fun from what I saw, and obviously like Kittler is pretty much hostage his team and making the entire team tilted, at least from according to Ritty. Right, Ritty? I don't know the details.
I don't know the exact details. I just like looking at the champs and like looking at like what Kittler's specialty is. Like I swear he's just first timing champs,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
So
yeah, I assume they're just for funny because they're pretty much locked. I also know they haven't put in Reborn for quite a bit of time, like or as much as they want to. I'd assume because of schedule gap. I don't know what's happening with Reborn, but I do know he should be pretty busy
It
right
is
now.
Ritty
But
played
yeah,
only game 3 against Glue. I don't know.
yeah, that's what I remember as well.
That
Yeah,
was earlier in the day, if I remember right.
I mean, yeah. Personally, I do think like if they do make it to playoffs, like they should sweep a lot of the teams. I will. I think because with Reborn and what's their best point roster right now? It's like Yoshi, Reborn, Pilarius, Alun, and then a support, right? I don't know who the support would be.
June or
But
somebody
yeah.
else.
Yeah, so I mean that roster should just play off of jungle AD and just destroy teams, I would say. So I mean,
We'll do deeper dives into playoff rosters.
yeah, playoffs once it gets closer. But I mean, yeah, right now I just have them at B tier because of how they've been doing in the regular season. But like, if they do make it to playoffs, they should make a deep run. Like realistically, it should be A tier. It's just I can't put them at A tier with the way they're playing right now. Like, I just can't. And then is it group therapy?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I like what they're doing with a lot of their drafts, and I also don't hate how the team is structured. I just think, I mean, they're just okay. I don't know. There's not really, for me, there's not really anything notable about them that I can really say. I think they're just an okay team, and I like the way they're drafting. I like, especially like the Sejuani Arizona, like that really caught my eye. I like what they're doing with that stuff. I think that if they keep doing that with their like higher point roster, could be good. But yeah, not really anything special that also hasn't been mentioned, right? Sadly, Inting should be B tier, I think. Now that I'm thinking about it, but I have him a C since
Herm.
I mean, I just think again, it just comes down to like top heavy. Like they only have
Yeah.
8 points. Like, but that's just because NS has so many wins, and then everyone else is either 5-3, and then there's 4-4, and then a 3-5 team, and then it's just
Yeah.
it's just
I mean,
super like low.
it's pretty hard to gauge like the skill of pool 1 to pool 2 when you like mesh them together just because of how the standings have ended up and stuff like that. But I
Yeah.
mean, they realistically should be B tier. I think if I were to do it again, maybe I'd put them above group therapy, but before AWB, probably somewhere around there. But I mean, I guess at the time that I was making, I was just looking at the standings and I was just like vibing with the numbers and stuff like that, and that's what I ended up with. But yeah, realistically, I think like after rethinking my decision, they should be like in B tier, like after or like in front of GT. Sorry guys, my bad. Lacuna Matata, weak side Owen XD. I don't know. And then '07. I mean, it's my team, so I'm just gonna say I think we can come back. But like realistically,
Not
we
against
are
you.
like, nah, it's not. It's not good. It's not good at all. I do think like with the addition of Boom and with the removal of Dead, and then getting Quick instead to round out our support champ pool with the more like enchanter based player, I do think that's like a really big addition because it keeps one of our carry players alive more in ADC, and I assume I haven't actually played with him yet, but I have heard that he's pretty easy to work with, so I think it's definitely on the up. I think before the changes, if we were to like if we just had Mick Show and Seridid, I think we would be like close to bottom of D, at like 100% bottom of D actually. Maybe above Freaky Floppus, but yeah, for the most part. So I think the changes are good. Definitely improvements compared to before. But yeah. Molly the Dog FC, I mean, they're just a friends team, right?
Yeah, from my
At least
understanding.
from what yeah, from my understanding as well, they're just a friends team. I mean, I think they're I don't know. There's not really any notable individual players. Like People the Hound is a good ADC, and I think Blue is a really good mid laner as well for like the point value and stuff like that. But none of them like it's just like good players, and then they don't do well in like a team setting, and then every single time they like get some semblance of a lead, it seems like they just lose. I say that, but like I lost to them, so maybe yeah, maybe I shouldn't be talking. Maybe I shouldn't be saying anything at all. But yeah. Leg. Ah, I mean, if you can't beat Gumby with 2 irons,
Ooh.
uh, yeah, it's a bit rough. And then Freaky Floppas, there's not really much to say, right? It's, bottom
They've
team.
been bashed enough. Don't need to beat a dead horse.
Yeah, I don't need to. Yeah, I don't need to beat up a dead horse, right? Like it's like the same thing. So yeah, I feel like it's mostly just a repeat of what Ritty said, but I guess like yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, nothing too crazy, but I think that's more than acceptable. So I think that's
Yeah.
pretty much it, except for my new favorite segment. Oh, never mind. Standings. Right. Joke hot.
Ah.
You
Yeah,
guys
as we
just
can clearly see, guys,
what are we seeing?
we do lose the head to head with Molly Dog, by the way. So
You have more points though, so
yeah, we do have
um,
more points, but yeah, we
but yeah,
do
you
lose the head.
just gotta win that ideally if you want to have a chance. Well, I mean, you don't need
Don't
to have
worry.
the head,
Don't
but you
worry.
need to get every win you can get. So maybe you should.
Yeah.
Um,
Daddy's home. Back in
really,
Korea.
it's a
200 ping.
fight for getting in top 4 and a fight for getting 6th in this group. It feels like
Yeah, definitely is what it feels like for sure. I mean,
group 2
yeah.
is more just same thing, but only 6th or sorry 4th. That 6th
Uh,
spot seems pretty locked, honestly.
yeah. I think at least for my team, like I still need to play games, right? And I don't know how I'm gonna play on 200 ping. So like I'll have to see.
Welcome to Garen, buddy.
Yeah, Garen. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing Garen Cho'Gath, Aesol, Malzahar, I think.
Whoa, Leakin.
You're not playing Hwasal on
Jason,
200
yeah,
ping,
that's
man.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna see you W. You're like, oh, I pressed W, and you're still keeping.
His
Nah,
Q is gonna be like to the
you know how
side
I
of
normally play
everything.
Aesol too, and like it's like all like I rely so much on my mechanics when I play that champ, so I don't know if I can actually play it. But
I would not play Hwasal, man.
no, definitely not the way I play Aesol. Like I can't be doing that shit on 200 ping. I don't think. But yeah, standings are pretty representative of the tier list, right? I would say for
Yeah,
the most
for the
part.
most
Like,
part.
yeah.
I don't think there's
All
any
right.
standouts really. So
Yeah.
now for my favorite section, the Woof Woof Gambling section. Woof Woof did not get benched by his team, sadly. Probably should have been. So
Yes, 100%.
Yes, 100%
shame
he should
agree.
have been.
shame on them for not benching him.
Yeah.
Leg did in fact get their second win first over MBR, which is kind of crazy now that I think about it. Since oh wait, never mind. lost a game, but
They lost a game, but they won the
Which was
series.
what I
But I mean, the fact that they didn't 2-0 a
Yeah.
team with 2 irons is what was like really
It threw me
getting.
off for a
Yo,
second there,
FF was close, man. FF was close.
FF was
like
close.
actually winning against.
If you didn't lock
I
in
was a little
Graves,
scared. I was a little scared.
you ruined it. You
Von
ruined it.
Cena was kind of him.
Let's never pick Smolder again.
Yeah. Ritty's ADC
Rage bait,
is
rage bait, rage bait, rage bait, rage
It's not
bait.
rage bait, man. I'm dead ass. You're cooked.
um.
Yeah, but
Does 07 bring it back? They're bringing it back, boys. They went 07. They're going 7-7.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
so
saying.
Awesome plays.
We'll have to
Ace
we'll have to
one.
revisit this next week after an Aurelian Soul pick. Yeah.
I mean, I hopefully like we can bring it back. I mean, I like my team a lot. I like the vibes on the team. It used to be a bit stinky, but now it's pretty chill. But
Used to be
yeah,
stinky.
I-
That's crazy.
yeah, I like Mick for show. So until a certain
Okay.
person got kicked, you know, that's process of elimination. I won't say who.
Not gonna dig into that. So
Yeah.
only got one for
that's-
this week. Does Hwasal perform on 200 ping?
Oh hell no! Yo, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. Like, I'm not performing. I'm gonna keep it honest. Like,
I'm gonna be honest. It just depends on if he gets Garen or not.
Real. I'd agree. Yeah.
uh, I'll try my best. But
Or
yeah.
Talon.
Talent?
I'm not getting Talon.
Yeah,
Actually,
the best talent on this
yo guys,
server. I'm
give
pretty
me
sure.
Talon, please.
Or
Thank you.
Pantheon.
I'm bad at Pan.
You better
Huh?
learn him. Ask Deathmarch. She's pretty good.
I will pass.
Okay. Rough.
Just kidding.
What? All right. He'll let you up, Deathmarch. But
Yeah,
That'll
I'll
do it.
contact you. I'll contact you soon. Smile.
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 Well, thank you two for joining, and that'll be all for this episode. Goodbye.
Yay.
Bye.